This is Console Wars the card game. Featuring more famous video games than you can shake a stick at, Console Wars finally allows you to win a war you've been fighting and probably losing on the internet your entire life. Quit being a keyboard warrior with the warm embrace of anonymity to protect you. Now you and your friends can fight on the front lines, battling for incredible franchises, exclusivity, and eventual victory. Collect some of the most famous video game franchises of all time. Protect them with loyal and frighteningly dedicated fans. Brave the volatile video game industry and claim the ultimate victory in the console wars. Your favorite video game making mega corporation needs you. Enlist today. Head to consolewarsgame.com. Pick up a copy of Console Wars the card game, outshine your rivals, and prove that your platform reigns supreme. Out now. This is XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the XboxEra podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything XboxEra does is only made possible by the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our MVPs and executive producers are all incredible people, but even more so are our grand benefactors, Croat56, Assassin, and Kevin S. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely and benevolent CEO, Torn Raptor. If you want to become part of one of the best communities on the internet, head to patreon.com/XboxEra, where your patronage can help keep us alive for another month.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to episode 284? Yep, 4 of the XboxEra podcast. We're here to discuss the latest in gaming news from across the industry, but of course we're mostly focused on absolutely nobody's favorite platform, and that's Xbox. What even is an Xbox? Now, as you all know, XboxEra is a begrudgingly independent and proudly community-driven publication, and it's all made possible by our wonderful patrons, particularly our MVPs and executive producers, but especially our grand benefactors, Croat56, Assassin, and Kevin S, and our wonderful CEO, Torn Raptor. Now, as you can see, for the first time, maybe ever, it's a two-person podcast.
No, it was you and John.
Has it?
No, it was just two people on screen when you fired the last one, and then it was me in the background
and you
for
were
a while.
Voice of God. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay. But since it's been
I've always had a
three on
guess,
screen,
but
this is...
oddly enough,
Yeah.
when there's only 80 minutes to find someone before a show starts.
Yes.
You don't.
John,
Bearded John is driving.
John has dedicated, as always, decided to pull out of the show like an hour and a half before. And I could not find someone else, sadly, with such a short time frame. So,
Yeah, well, John, in the middle of doing many reviews and things, is moving house. People who are buying it are coming over early in the morning, so doing a podcast until like 2 or 3 a.m. was untenable.
because when you're a naturally neat and clean person like me, this is not a thing you have to stress about.
My house is okay, but it's just too full of stuff. Like, it takes me 3 or 4 hours to dust a couple of these because there's so many little tiny knickknacks on them and so many things to go through and brush. It drives me crazy. I haven't done it in a month.
Yeah.
Not great.
You're right, Barry. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Did you see Barry Donald's comment?
Where is it?
In the chat. You're the best too anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right, Barry.
I'm not used to someone not hating me.
Spot on. Spot on, Barry. So yes, it'll just be Jesse and I today. But one thing Jesse and I will have today that we haven't had for a while. So as you all are aware, we got rid of the game shows.
They're on hiatus. I didn't say they're never coming back. It's just like, man, I'm tapped out on coming up with goofy names and topics for what year. They can come back when I've got good ideas. Just they can't be every week.
What we are doing in its place, at least for this week and maybe hopefully ongoing, is so we are going to do like a tier segment where we rank. Jesse and I will argue and never agree on tiers on a certain topic. And today's, should we say it now or wait?
And I'm showing it on screen.
Today's
Well, there's
topic
two of
is
me.
Halo.
Whoa. You can tell I haven't used this two-person thing before. Let me let me make you exist real quick.
We're tier-makering Halo games. That should be fun.
All right, you exist again.
We always agree on Halo games.
I mean, we both agree on not being huge on 2, but you'll like 1 and ODST more than me.
Yeah, so 2's the one where we disagree a lot, isn't it?
No,
we do agree on 2.
Can't stand playing 2.
Oh, good. So there you go. So we agree on
2's multiplayer obviously was amazing, but the actual campaign was very obviously cobbled together and not the most fun. Not bad, but obviously not finished.
Okay. But, in what I feel will be possibly the shortest XboxEra podcast in history, we shall begin with what we've been playing. And the problem with that is I've been playing a game and I'm not allowed to talk about this game.
You're not even allowed to hint at it. People have been yelled at this weekend for hinting.
What about if I talk about my experience playing this game without naming the game?
No.
What if I say my feelings and no one has any idea what the game is because I'm not going to describe characters?
It doesn't matter. They'll look at what's coming out and then they can try and guess what it might be, and it's just a no. The things we agree to says we will give no public impressions until this date. Doesn't matter if we say the game or not. We just won't. I know. Okay. But that is the embargo we agree to, even if some people can't read the timings on them.
Well, then, in terms of new games, then, I haven't been playing anything outside of a game I can't talk about. So I haven't had a chance for anything else. So I've just been going back and playing, like, my usuals, like Fortnite. Fortnitemares is on right now.
You buying all the Scooby-Doobies and all thems and whatnots?
No, Scooby-Doo's not in the store yet.
Oh, no?
Strangely. He's in the game, which is hilarious. Like, they've spread Velma, Daphne, what's-his-face, Fred, and Shaggy around the map, and they give you a mini little mission to do for some XP. You can hire Scooby-Doo to fight alongside you, like literally. There are Scooby snacks spread throughout the map that give you shield and boost your speed a little bit. I'm not minding Fortnitemares.
Poppies in there.
You can go into a phone booth and turn into Ghostface, the Scream guy, and you've got a phone and a knife, and you can kill people with a knife. Who else? You can kill Doja Cat, and Jason Voorhees as well is roaming the map, and you can kill him too. I'm enjoying Fortnitemares so far, but man, am I hanging for what's it called? Fortnite Crew to enter into Game Pass so I can start getting those free V-Bucks and just build up all these V-Bucks and just spend them on skins. I can't wait. It's so good.
God, they have the black phone guy, of course.
Yes, yeah. I haven't seen him yet. But they've got a bunch of stuff.
Fuck, man.
Wednesday, there's Doja Cat. I was gonna buy. I am tempted to get her.
God,
emote.
Scooby-Doo running on two legs. Why?
Yeah,
So dumb.
I am tempted to get Doja Cat's emote, Woman. It's a really good emote, and I figure I'm about to start getting free V-Bucks. Like, I may as well start spending the V-Bucks that I've got because I'm about to start getting
When a lot of people wonder why they would add Fortnite crew, you are why. And most players are like you. They're not like me. They're not like John. They're mostly like you.
I DM'd Phil. I was like, man, I see everyone bitching about Game Pass. I'm like, man, you guys just made Game Pass more relevant to me than ever. Okay, it's so good. I play 80 or 90% Fortnite and Rocket League, so Game Pass just became like the best for me. It's so good. See, you all think that I've got the contradictory opinion, mate. I represent the majority now, bitch.
It was what Matt Piscatella talked about it with on Blue Sky. It was like hardly anyone buys more than 2 games a year.
Hardly 2 games a year, and just plays Rocket League and Fortnite. I am the new Game Pass target market. Sorry, everyone. Jesse, what have you been playing?
I did a review for the campaign, and I have been playing the multiplayer a little bit. Not much lately. For Battlefield 6. Oh, I forgot to actually put the video games thing up there for you so you can know what
How
I'm
is the
about.
campaign for Battlefield?
It's really stupid. Like the story's dumb. You don't have to. You will skip every cutscene. It's fine.
Yep.
Like, but it looks great and it plays well. It has cool moments in it. So it's like, yeah,
set
if you don't,
pieces?
yeah, the set pieces are fun. The variety is obviously all the multiplayer maps mixed up and mixed around. You go through them and do shit. You never fly. Like, there's no helicopters, there's no jets, but you do get occasional land vehicles like cars, and you drive a couple times, and you have tanks a couple times. It's very pretty, though a little fuzzy. Not bad fuzzy, but like it's got a lot of processing on it. Look at times. Yeah, the story's really stupid. Faces and animations look great, but the story's pretty dumb. But if you don't care about that and you just want to play and shoot shit, you will have a good time.
Is it genuinely good enough this year to challenge COD the way all I'm seeing all over Twitter is, oh, COD's like in big shit.
Well, it's
COD's
funny.
in big trouble.
To then once again bring up Matt Piscatella, he looked at the numbers and they did a big old thing, and there is a huge overlap between people who are going to buy buy Battlefield and buy Call of Duty. There is not nearly as big overlap of people who have said they're going to buy Call of Duty and buy Battlefield. Like, the Call of Duty people aren't going to Battlefield as much, but the Battlefield people are still buying Call of Duty. It was like 60 to 20 something for the percentages. So I think it's doing really well. It was 720 something thousand.
Yeah, on Steam.
But also Call of Duty, and this is the really good thing about competition. I think we've got it in the news later. We can talk about it now if you want. Call of Duty is getting rid of severely
SBMM.
lowering their skill-based matchmaking. So it's still there, but barely. And it's what people got to see in the beta, and people are very excited. I know Tom Henderson was immediately like, "Whoa, I'm back in." And it's like, yeah, competition. It's good.
I know, I know people are excited, but I don't get why people want skill-based matchmaking gone.
Because the good players like to stomp on the bad players, and the bad players have been told it's bad, and so they just think it's bad. When the reality is, they are now going to get stomped. Like, the really good players just want to stomp at people. That's why they wanted skill-based matchmaking gone.
That's why I'm like, so why would you want skill-based matchmaking gone?
Mm-hmm. We won't have it this year, and it'll be a big cheer, hurrah from the main people who play when it's back next year, probably.
Yeah.
Or they'll just rotate the playlists and get it back in, yeah.
It'll turn casual people away from COD if they just play every multiplayer game and get destroyed and think that everyone's hacking and cheating, and they'll just be turned away from it. so I don't understand.
It is in Battlefield, but obviously it's not. They've talked about it's not strong. Like it's not a heavy. Try and make everything. You win 51% of the time. Skill-based matchmaking. Like Overwatch is pretty famous for that, where it's every match feels like competitive mode. I don't know. It will be interesting. It has been very weird to see all of the final multiplayer reviews from people who could only play for like a week against the same few people in multiplayer at the same time of day every now and then. They didn't get to see the full breadth of the multiplayer. They didn't get to play against real people. Like we are doing a review in progress. I believe Fairy's going to handle it for the multiplayer side. Like it's been weird to see so many final reviews for this thing that did not have I played the open beta and all this shit. It's like, no, it doesn't matter. They've already changed a ton of stuff from the day one patch that hit that you didn't get to see.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We chose to do campaign review first.
I've got no issue taking things like screenshots and footage probably from a beta for a review if you wanted, now understanding a little bit more the meat and potatoes and behind the scenes of doing reviews. If you don't have a lot of time, so for example, I hopefully will review Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. I've already taken a few screenshots and some videos from the closed beta because it's not going to look any different.
Yeah, it's the same game.
At its core, it's going to be the same game. So just for the odd screenshot for the written review and a little bit of footage here and there, why not have it ready to go rather than worrying about it later? What's the matter?
Bad news. Thank you, Spartan P451, for the $35 donation on Extra Life. He has, again, for the second time, redeemed a bean. So, for anyone wondering, I'll get back to Battlefield in a second. These beans, half of them are good and half of them are absolutely disgusting. So they can be things like licorice, tutti frutti, peach, juicy pear, and cappuccino, or they can be burnt rubber, stinky socks, barf, booger, or liver and onions. So he redeemed another one for $35, so time to eat one. That is for charity. For the rest. Bad news. I thought the stream had broken or something. Oh no, it's great. Everything works. I always try to make sure it all works before we go live. Unlike every other goddamn podcast I watch, that their first 20 minutes are doing technical shit. But except not Xbox 2, but they're not on camera. All right. So the I believe the link is in the description of the video. If you want to give money, it all goes towards charity for our Extra Live stream, which is November 7th or 8th, whatever the Friday is around that time, which is the 7th. November 7th, be streaming all day for charity. All right. Damn it. Got it properly. Yeah. It is on the red.
Red.
Oh, licorice or burnt rubber?
Surely you take licorice.
They're both bad, but licorice is a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love licorice, but it's probably better than burnt rubber.
For fuck's sake.
What? Licorice isn't that bad. Calm down.
It's burnt rubber.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Oh.
That's gross. That is gross. Burnt rubber. How do you manage to get the burnt rubber taste into a jelly bean?
It tastes like what burnt rubber smells like. I don't know how.
Yeah. Yeah, how did they pull that off? Oh my god. Jesus.
And this shit lingers. I tasted wet dog for 2 days straight.
Really? Yuck. That's gross. So, Battlefield. So we've only reviewed the campaign for Battlefield. Is that right?
I played a ton of multiplayer, so I can talk about it. I just got pulled aside by a ton of other shit. Oh, yeah, charity. Yeah, the multiplayer is great. They've got two of the classic, just ginormous, everything's insane, all-out warfare maps, and those are my favorite to play on. Getting a anti-air tank and being the guy who keeps messing up the other team's helicopter than get. Oh God! And whenever I burp, it's gonna come right back up.
Yep.
Yeah. Battlefield 6's multiplayer is awesome. It is really good to have. It seems like it's held up a lot better at launch as well compared to 2042, which exploded for a week. Oh God, this tastes bad. I swear, I bet you the ratio in there is not 1-to-1. It's like 2-to-1 for shit.
50-50.
Yeah, there's a link if anyone else wants to give money to charity. You can redeem the incentive if you hate me or like me and just want to give money to charity. But yeah, so we'll be doing our best to get some coverage out on the multiplayer. But first impressions from me are it's awesome. My favorite sniping ever in Battlefield was Battlefield 5. There was just something to those old weapons and the way you learned their exact trajectories and everything. That was just like some of the best feeling I've ever had in a shooter. But yeah, no, everything about this one has been great. The story, notwithstanding. I don't think Portal was really ready for launch either.
What's Portal?
It's what they had in the last one where you can use or create stuff. It's where they're building the Battle Royale and all that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Apparently, a lot of people are already creating COD maps, like rebuilding COD maps in Battlefield.
Yeah,
apparently.
So that would be Portal. But yeah, no, like the campaign's fine. It's not good as far as like the story and everything goes, but the tech is awesome, and it is funny that they said, "What's the difference? How come we're able to do so much more?" And they're like, "Because we're not on last gen anymore." That was it. We dropped PS4 and Xbox One. Gen. Nope, they dropped it. Like Call of Duty's supposedly going to do next year.
So the footage I'm looking at now, is that PC or Xbox?
Xbox. I reviewed the entire thing on Xbox. There is some footage later from John that's on PC, and you'll see the different prompts. But that was his section. We did a 2-person review, which is like what I'd like to do. Like if we get to review Gears and have all 3 of us do sections with like one person leads it, but others get to give their opinions and talk. That'd be a lot of fun. But we need the Patreon to quintuple so that we can hire you. Yeah, gonna do it for sure.
Well,
IGN's 5 of 10. I do not agree with, as I gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
Someone asked in chat.
5 out of 10.
Oh,
5 out of 10.
I gave that to Yukara Playley as well. I was like, geez, what did that game do to you?
I wonder if this is them course correcting after all that shit they got for like giving everything a 7 and above.
Well, it wasn't that it was a 7 and above. It was just most things ended up being 7s for the reason where a lot of our reviews, they trend positive because I don't force people to play through games they hate. Like if you're not getting paid for something and it's not a big game and you're just really not enjoying it for this little trip, single A indie thing or something, I prefer we get a review out. But if you really hate your time with it so much that you can't stand it and you're not getting paid for it, then I understand.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. The other thing, I was playing a brand new Game Pass game as well. One that I started playing offline after this stream ended, but Supermarket Simulator. It is one of those like looks Eastern European or Russian Eurojank asset flip games, but then they build upon the premise so much because you start with this little tiny square of a store that's just got a couple of shelves, and eventually you can turn it into an entire supermarket where you set the whole layout. You get everything. You get like a skateboard and a bicycle and a truck and drive around town to get supplies, and they just add so much more onto it. And it's got that zen. I'm getting everything up. I'm getting everything stocked. I'm taking people's stuff. I'm giving them the right change. Like that constant treadmill of dopamine hits for doing stuff. That these games end up being like really good podcast games because there is no story. There is no objective for the most part other than make your... Oh, God, my mouth tastes so bad. Outside of just make your supermarket very large. That's it.
I don't think I could think of anything less interesting.
Yeah, I never thought I would be. And then these ended up showing up on Game Pass, and I was like, huh, this is actually fun.
Is it?
Yep. I enjoyed playing it, and I ended up playing it more after the stream when I was listening to a podcast. I know. I don't know why. It just is. It's not like Crime Scene Simulator, where Crime Scene Simulator was a whole story thing and more the cleaning and going through funny stuff. This is just running a supermarket. And you do get a baseball bat, and you can beat up people that try and rob from you or steal from you.
I feel like games like this, like surely they should be able to pull off better visuals than this too.
No, it's probably one guy. He just bought assets. He doesn't know how to make models. He doesn't know how to make music.
Okay, so it's not like a team or a studio or anything.
Not
like that.
normally, no. Most of the time, these are single person. I think even Ball Pit is like one guy. When you look at the developer, it's just his name. It's Kenny Sun or something. Not video game podcasts, Luke. I'm sorry. I don't listen to too many video game podcasts all the time. I more watch them when I want to see them. I think it was the Dollop podcast, an American history podcast.
Oh, okay.
Comedy podcast.
Have you been playing anything else?
There was one more, and it's a Patreon peep, so I got to go to our thingy to actually find it. It was called Judero. It is I'm guessing a couple of guys, Judero, but it's Scottish.
Judero.
So he says Judero.
Judero.
Yeah, it's a newest Patreon peeps. It's a guy who scanned in a bunch of action figures he put clay on top of, and the faces are terrifying. But it's all like scanned in, kind of going for like a Diablo feel on it with really low frames of animation. But like he made everything, and it's not fun to play. The graphics are interesting, though their cutouts.
I was about to say it is an interesting look.
Mm-hmm. Well, also a lot of times the cutouts are bad, and you just see white around them. But they're very obviously articulated action figures that he poses and moves and done all this stuff. It doesn't play great. The story's really weird, but it has amazing music and like very interesting overall in a way that belies how poor it is in other ways. But like the look of it is occasionally stunningly weird and interesting. Yeah. The music's great, and even though it's probably just like 2 or 3 guys doing it, including they just start talking like this whenever they want to do the voice of a woman. The voice acting's still good. So yeah, that's a new Patreon peep for a game that just came out on Xbox after being on PC for a while. Surprisingly engaging.
Yeah. Judero.
And that's all I can talk about, but I will have 4 reviews in the next couple weeks at least.
I'm gutted I can't talk about the game I'm playing.
Well,
I can't like talk.
No, we can never
We
talk
can talk about it next week, right?
No.
Really? Not even next week?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. Awesome.
Nothing new.
Okay. So that's what we've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I can't talk about what I've been playing. So where do we go from here?
Which one?
To the news. To the news. To the news. What should we go with first? What should we go with first?
Well, see, and that's the point, Machine XP. It could be. There's only a handful of things that are coming out soon enough that Nick would have any interest in, which is why he can't talk about it.
I think I'll start with Indiana Jones. So Indiana Jones is getting an update, or has it got an update? Because I just saw my copy of it and the DLC get an update yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
For the anniversary of, is it Machine Games anniversary?
I think so. Yeah,
I want to say
15 or something, 10 years. I forget.
Yes. And as part of that, to celebrate, Indiana Jones is getting an update, which includes New Game Plus, which I think is very, very good. I mean, there's some other stuff, like there's
you get an
the
outfit.
Cairo outfit. Yeah, there's the Cairo outfit. There's voice language select. But New Game Plus, I wish, like, I feel like New Game Plus should be, I know it's not. I assume it's not easy to implement, but I feel like New Game Plus is something that should be standard across any kind of adventure action sort of game. That New Game Plus almost makes me want to hurry up and finish Indiana Jones so that I can start a New Game Plus run on it. I really like New Game Plus.
New Game Plus was like Silent Hill F recently handled it really well in a way I think you would like if you were ever going to watch cutscenes, where their New Game Plus changes stuff and it lets you know, don't skip this cutscene, there's new stuff. Or it's like, yep, you can skip this one, no problem, because you've already seen all of it. Like, I'm fine with skipping it if you've already seen all of it and you're going through again. But it's really nice when it's like, oh, this one's got something different, you're going to want to see it. Which is cool.
Yeah, I feel like Indie's a game that I reckon would be really fun with New Game Plus. Once you've got everything upgraded and all that sort of stuff, like all your punching and
maybe
all
even
your
you would bump up
and...
the difficulty a little bit. Probably not.
No, probably not. It's because it's even more fun to just stomp through the game and just like go through everything like a hot knife through butter. It's great.
I just taste rubber. All I taste is rubber.
No, not cardio. Cairo outfit. I didn't say cardio, did I?
No, you said Cairo.
Yeah, I thought I said Cairo. Yeah, it's the Cairo outfit, as well as New Game Plus.
That's so much space when I put my drink down.
So yeah, we thought that was noteworthy. Indie getting that update.
As an Xbox-focused podcast, I try to get interesting news for fans of the platform, wherever it may be.
Game Pass, which is has been a very controversial topic lately. But what's not controversial is the amazing value that Game Pass provides. And this month, we're getting Ninja Gaiden 4, Keeper, and Ball Pit, as well as, what else are we getting?
The aforementioned Supermarket Simulator. I got them all up on screen if you want to look at them.
Casting of Frank Stone?
Yep. And interestingly enough, Ultimate and Premium are listed on everything that is not day one. So people always said, oh, they're just going to call things that haven't been on the platform and get a port day one. It's like, nope, they've never called them that. Internally, day one is like the first day that edition of the game is available. Because obviously, Outer Worlds 2 is Premium Edition is available 5 days early. You're not getting that in Game Pass. The day one regular edition you're getting.
Is that why I saw old games in the list? I'm like, Eternal Strands, that's been in Game Pass for ages.
Yeah, so Eternal Strands, He Is Coming, and Ninja Gaiden 2 Black are all added to Premium. And then all the new additions, because Evil West left in May, coming back for October. Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 still aren't actually up on PC, even though they're supposed to be yesterday, which is weird. A really bad Grinch Christmas game is on Ultimate and Premium. Casting of Frank Stone, Ultimate and Premium. It definitely feels like they're trying to position Essentials and Premium as worth it once they get rid of the online multiplayer wall after they mix console and PC together and can't charge for that anymore.
Maybe. I didn't realize. I was about to ask you, and you just answered the question, if Evil West had ever been on Game Pass, and it has. If you haven't played Evil West,
it's good.
You should. I still have to go back and beat it.
Annoyingly, it's not Play Anywhere, even though it's on PC and Cloud and Ultimate. The PC and console versions don't. They're not Play Anywhere. I don't think you can. Like, it says Windows after it on the Windows Store, so it's like a different version of the game. And I still don't think Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 are up, and they were supposed to be yesterday. I'm actually going to double check real quick. That's a weird one.
If you haven't played Evil West, do so. It is.
Nope, still not up.
It's a very 360 PS3 gen game, but like a really polished and higher budget version of an Xbox 360 third-person action shooter game. But it's fun. Like, Evil West is like actually a solid solid fun game.
Yeah, they just went over the top with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
I really
fun.
enjoy it.
Just trying to make you feel like it's goofy. It's not amazing, but it's fun.
Super solid gunplay. Again, for like a lot of games in my backlog, I need to go back and beat Evil West, but it's really good.
That was one of the weirdest reviews I ever did because that was the time frame where I drove all the way up to Boston and drove all the way back, and I did that review on a Lenovo laptop that I was reviewing, like a friggin' $4,000 one. So it ran amazing, and did had my friggin' microphone with me, just talking in a bedroom into it. Sound like shit. But also the next day they added 2 classic PC games from Ubisoft, Heroes of Might and Magic 2 and 3. So they actually added more. Like this October might be up there for the amount of games they added, because technically they added 50 in one swoop with Ubisoft Classics earlier in the month.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
There's a new Grinch game coming out, that not the Christmas Adventures one, and we're on the list, but none of those games ever come in until like 4 days after launch. It's really weird with Game Mill. Because as a joke, Ferry was going to review, or not as a joke, but funnily, he was going to review the Grinch game and the fucking, I don't know if you saw the Elf on the Shelf one, and they've got Snoopy games and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he was going to review them, because like, oh, why the hell not? But they never, like, he did a Bratz game, or no, Gabby's Dollhouse. They also did. And he's like, this is actually kind of good. But they always send their codes way late.
Really?
Yeah. Not a joke, a lark.
Yeah.
A full-on serious review, but, it's also funny to review them because they're Game Mill, which lives up to its name. Bam. A good month for Game Pass, but every reply to it, any social media post is drop the price. Not worth it. Indie trash.
Fun fact.
2 AAAs.
Fun fact. Just in the next, month or so, Xbox is making / publishing more games than PlayStation has in the last 2 years. Just thought I'd console war for a little bit there. I thought, why not?
Well, it's funny. The console wars are heating up because we're already getting into the overhype of the next hardware. You see the Cerny talking with AMD. And it was like, oh my God, I could listen to talk forever. And it's like, we just did this. In 2019 through 2020, we just went through all the magic of the SSD and everything they were doing that was amazing. And it turned out to be a perfectly fine, nothing amazing system. It's fine.
I just felt my friends Masayed and Nicola rage at me through the screen when I said that.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt them rage.
It's a good SSD. It's a solid overall platform. They haven't had a bajillion games, but they've had some really great ones.
What can you do?
It's been a solid generation, but people will still fall for it.
I feel for my PlayStation 5 owning friends. They've got no games to play. Sony let them down.
Oh.
What do you do? It's definitely not the PS3 era, where they were just pumping out games. Oh, well. What can you do? Can't win them all, folks. What is next?
Yeah, I can't really type because of the dog. He wants attention.
Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is a franchise. It's a very popular franchise. And we have recently found out that there is a cancelled Assassin's Creed game. And the reason that Assassin's Creed game is cancelled essentially is because Ubisoft probably thought they were going to cop way too much backlash if they release this game. Because the premise of the game was... What was it? That
you were a former slave. It was set after the U.S. Civil War, during the period known as Reconstruction. And part of the story was fighting against the rise of the Ku Klux Klan.
The Klan, yeah, you take out the Klan. Which is a shame, because I feel like that would have been fun to do. In the same way everyone enjoys taking out Nazis in Wolfenstein, Indiana Jones, all that sort of stuff. So that's unfortunate. I can, to play devil's advocate, I can understand it a little bit from Ubisoft's perspective. Like, if you think about the shit they copped for Shadows, which still ended up being one of the highest selling Assassin's Creed games anyway. But if you think about the shit they copped for Shadows, and I feel like someone, like, because the side, people that are terminally online and live inside the social media bubbles and all that sort of stuff don't quite realize that a lot of people still have lives outside of those social media bubbles. So when social media managers and developers who are on social media are copping harassment, death threats, and all that sort of stuff, you don't always know the toll that takes on people. So I can understand why maybe some managers at Ubisoft were like, you know what? We don't particularly want to put our staff through that again. Let's just go ahead and not do this. I'm not saying I agree.
It's also going against the staff who chose and wanted to do this.
Yeah. So, like, I kind of can see the thought process behind why they would make this decision, probably from a staff welfare perspective. And maybe I'm being too kind there.
Yeah, no, I don't think they care. They don't care about their staff nearly as much as their bottom line.
Yeah, but
not that they don't care at all.
Yeah, but if they cared about their bottom line, they copped shit for Shadows, and Shadows was still massive. So that's why it's like...
Yeah, but Shadows was mostly during a time that wasn't like it is now. It's very different now. Like, if you want to do any business with the government...
Shadows was 9 months ago.
I know, but it was delayed into that. Like, during most of its time, it wasn't during this political system.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still unfortunate. That's the call they make. Again, to try and be as, diplomatic as possible, there's a staff welfare angle I can understand. But it's unfortunate. Also, from a lot of people would have worked hard on whatever they had done up until that point.
Now, you have to imagine they're going to try and rework, because Tom Henderson came in and also said that this was the next mainline game due for 2027 before it was canceled last year.
Really?
Yeah. So you think they're going to have to take that and rework it into something to have a game for 2027? That's their whole plan going forward, is to have Far Cry and Assassin's Creed and Tom Clancy stuff carry them. So.
Shit. Oh, okay. Well, that would fucking put a spanner in the works, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's next? What about... This is more for me. And it's also the thumbnail.
Yeah, I had to put it in here because you made it the thumbnail.
Because I am excited. So, Riot, makers of League of Legends, known more for, like, what? What's League of Legends? Is it a MOBA?
Mm-hmm. It was originally a mod of was it Warcraft? Defense of the Ancients. Yeah. No, not World. Actual Warcraft, like Warcraft 3, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a mod of that they then turned into their own game, just kind of reusing a lot of the stuff that's also in the a Valve one. What's the name of that one? I don't even remember. I forget.
Shit, neither do I. Yes, so they, quite a while ago, announced Project L.
Oh, no, wait. Sorry. People are going to yell at us. Riot does League of Legends. Valve does Dota. League of Legends and Dota were both...
I said League of Legends.
Yeah, I said Dota.
That's what I said.
I was just saying, but they're built off of... Yeah. Built off of a mod from Warcraft, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong.
Jinx is in 2XKO. From Arcane, who is from League of Legends. So they obviously announced Project L a long time ago, which was then revealed to be 2XKO. I keep wanting to say 2KXO, and I don't know why. which is the goal of Project L was to create like a really streamlined, simplified fighting game that was like easy to pick up and play.
And it plays on any keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, so you pretty much just have your hands from WASD and JKL, and like that's it.
Yeah. So that is officially out and is free to play as of now. And I am absolutely cursing because I can't play it because I don't have a fucking PC. And it's not out on PS5 and Xbox Series consoles yet. I've watched Maximilian do some videos on it to get an idea for how it runs and how it plays and the sort of minutiae of the game. So hearing the complaints, hearing what's good, hearing what's bad, to me it looks incredible. I love the
It's only a couple of gigs
style of
too.
it. Yeah. It's got 8 characters, so very much like how Street Fighter, although Street Fighter technically started, I think, with 6 before they added the boss characters as selectable. So yeah, starts with 8. Supposedly, as we are, most of us watching would be Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. At some point, we will get every character unlocked. Right now on PC, apparently that's not working. Hopefully by the time it comes to console, since I don't have a fucking PC, that will be working so that we can have all our characters. From what Maximilian says, Yasuo is like the character to pick. He's saying he's hating playing against the Yasuo players online because they're just really fucking annoying. So it sounds like he's the player to choose. I very much like the look of Ari. Because, you know,
You're a furry.
you can see why. She's hot as fuck. But
Nine-tailed fox.
there's also a very much Saber Wolf inspired werewolf character that I really want to play as Killer Instinct is like my favorite fighting game. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to playing this game. It does have an interesting control scheme. It's got like a button for light attack, medium attack, heavy attack, a dedicated tag button, but then there's 2 super/special buttons at the back as well. So it falls more in line with Street Fighter's quote unquote modern control scheme, where they essentially assign specials to just a button. But to pull off different specials, it's direction. So you have a direction with a special, and then you might So
That's how Invincible Versus was when I played it at Gamescom.
oh really?
Yeah.
Same thing. So they didn't. So they weren't going the Street Fighter tried and true quarter circle, half circle.
They're hoping to have that for launch as well. Right now, it's not in there, but they do want to have like the pro controls.
Because it is going to be very difficult for me to separate my brain from the Street Fighter style controls that I've been using since I was 12 years old. God, it's going to like in Street Fighter 6, I play classic.
All I taste is
Every
rubber.
fighting game I play,
All I taste.
play classic. So yes, so for the next 12 months, it looks like Tag Fighters, yes, NC, it looks like Tag Fighters are going to have a big fucking year. So we've got 2XKO, we've got Invincible Versus, which my God, I can't wait for.
It was fun.
And Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, which I also can't wait for.
The best thing
and
about
no way.
I was gonna say
What?
the best thing about Invincible Versus is when they gave me my footage from playing, it was a $225 Samsung SSD, and they're like, here you go. I was like, shit. Thanks.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a USB-C SSD, that 2 terabyte, super fast. I was like, thank you. You've bought my good
Man,
review. I'm kidding. Nick would be reviewing it, and I'm not that easy.
So what's the date? October the 12th. So on October the 16th, the ROG Ally X comes out. It's
You're gonna
1,600 Australian dollars.
Take out a loan.
I'm gonna have to find a way to scrounge together $1,600
I mean, you'd
to
spend
get a
$7,000
ROG
on a
Ally
Mac.
X. Yeah. Yes, but remember, I just put in those very expensive windows, so I don't have money at the moment. And then someone can gift me Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls on Steam. So I don't have to buy it on PlayStation. Because it'd be easier to just have it on a little handheld PC and just take it with me wherever I go. But yes, so I'm very excited about.
Just sell your amiibo collection, and bam, you got yourself an LIX.
Yeah. Or sell my 30th anniversary PlayStation 5.
I still have my Starfield headset, which I really like, but then I get sent the friggin' these and these from Odyssey, and I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta use these. They're 3 and 9 times as expensive, so they sound better.
Yeah. So yes, sadly, I'm getting, like, I'm seeing it all over Twitter, and I'm like, man, I'm getting FOMO hard. And it's a free to play game. It's not about buying it. It's like I have no way to play it. Like, I want to play it, and I have no way to play it. And they haven't announced the release date for console, so I have no idea when it's coming to Xbox.
Yeah, it's just early access.
Yeah, I've got my Riot account all set up, linked to my Xbox account, my PlayStation account. It's all ready to go, and I want to play 2XKO, but I can't. So, yes, but I'm very, very excited for that game, and it looks incredible to me. Can't wait. What's next?
Really, only the biggest topics, really.
Yeah. So, we've obviously just had Microsoft up their prices on their Xbox consoles. PlayStation's done that once or twice this generation as well. Nintendo kind of did it in a roundabout way. It appears as though your console prices may go up again as a result of the Orange Man. So he has put... I think has he put the tariffs in place?
He said last night,
threatening.
He said last night because of what they've been doing, or 2 nights ago, we're adding 100% more tariffs. So from 30% to 130%
on China.
Pretty good chances if it goes through and they're stuck with them. Like PlayStation and Nintendo stockpile, and Microsoft never really has, which is why Microsoft more immediately responds, whereas Sony was 3 months later after their stock had been gone through and they had to reorder. They upped their prices. So it will be interesting to see, does this happen? Is it posturing? Do they have some amazing last-minute deal to go down to 20% tariffs or something so he gets a win? You never know. But if it goes through, like, I don't know, what do you think? Like a $1,400 Series X? $1,700 PS5 Pro? Like it's another 30% gut things up this much. What would 100% on top of that do?
It'd be so expensive. He says, do you want to hear his post on Truth Social? Based on the fact that China has taken this unprecedented position and speaking only for the USA and not other nations who are similarly threatened, starting November 1st, 2025, or sooner, he says, or sooner, depending on any further actions or changes taken by China, the United States of America will impose a tariff of 100% on China, over and above any tariff that they are currently paying. He added, also on November 1st, we will impose export controls on any and all critical software. What does that mean?
It's not letting them buy software from companies in the country because they're afraid that China's going to control their rare earth mineral exports in a similar fashion.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's all going real well.
Yep. Thank God like I said, hey, this is the one time where the early adopters didn't get screwed over, so yay for that.
Yeah, like
imagine how much my Halo Series X is worth now.
I saw it was like $1,400 from a third-party reseller on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah. And also, like, one thing that just keeps prices going up, and I think it heavily affected the Ally, is RAM, because all these server farms are spooling up, starting to get going, and it takes so long. By the time they start, they need to start refreshing all of their hardware. And so we already seen it with GPUs, but it's also happening now with RAM, and RAM prices are skyrocketing, which hurts everything.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's all the AI market, which many, I think you and I included, would call a bubble, Once that goes, everything that it takes with it is going to be devastating for decades. It's going to be so bad.
What's Satya going to do with himself?
Get fired?
Satya won't know what to do with himself when the
his
AI bubble
Getting
bursts.
fired will be a $100 billion parachute in stock.
Oh, yeah. He'll be
Yeah.
fine. He'll never have to work again.
After his first year being a CEO, he never had to work again.
Yeah. I could potentially sell my Halo Series X and it would just flat out pay for the next Xbox without an issue. I might need to do that.
I mean, depending
on what the new
you don't have the
Xbox is like.
tariff, so. But yeah.
But I don't. But the thing is, though, I don't expect the next Xbox to have a disc drive. So maybe I need to keep the Series X just to have a disc drive. Because I've got like a few
This is the
games on
only
disc.
CD and DVD player and Blu-ray player I've had for a very long time. The PlayStation 5 doesn't
I've
even
still
do
got-
the CDs.
No, I've still got my PS3 as well.
Mm.
And I've got my 360 and its HD DVD add-on.
Hmm.
And a handful of HD DVDs.
The superior technology because
Um,
Blu-rays are slow as shit.
HD DVD was so much better. Imagine the world, imagine if you had multiverse viewing abilities and you could see the timeline where HD DVD won. I reckon the world would be like a utopia. It would be like this amazing place where there's no crime, no death, nothing bad happens.
Hmm.
And we're all watching movies in amazing quality, cheap prices. And Xbox is number one in the world. Be so good.
Hmm.
But instead we have the hellscape now where PlayStation's number one.
I mean,
Boo.
the world on the whole is pretty
Boo.
hellscaping.
But see, that's what happens. Xbox isn't number one and look at the state of the world. Is it a coincidence? I don't think so. Wouldn't have thought so. Now,
Nick does not
The
represent the
last-
feelings of this podcast.
I represent the feelings of every Xbox fan around the planet. The true Xbox fans. Speaking of Xbox, this last story, is it news? What is it? Or is it us talking about one of our articles?
I mean, it's it's news that there isn't news. But how does news work?
Okay. So, as I just said, sadly we live in the shit version of the world where Xbox is not number one. As much as I yearn for that alternate timeline where Xbox is. And in this shitty world, everyone seems to think that Xbox isn't going to make consoles anymore. Because someone on a forum said it.
And on social media.
Yeah.
There's a twofer.
Yep. But we've also then since seen conflicting information and reports. Or should I say
Yeah, it's
contrary?
so the initial reports were next gen plans up in the air or canceled, depending on the two sources. People can look them up if they really
Yes.
care. Then
Look, up in the air, and this is the thing. This is because I've seen articles now since saying, Xbox has a problem with how they're viewed in the mainstream, which is true. Because I've even seen people who don't normally talk about video games mentioning like the Game Pass price hike. So I'm like, okay, so this has penetrated mainstream a little bit.
giggity.
Yeah, so... and this is the problem that Xbox has. So what Sneakers said was, it's up in the air. Everyone then extrapolated that and went, well, cancelled. Their hardware's cancelled.
It wasn't just him. It was him saying up in the air while Tim said canceled. And so people were like, oh, two sources. Because they were happening pretty much the same time.
Did Tim say it was cancelled because he was told it's
Tim
cancelled?
said
Or
he
did
was told it was canceled, and he deleted the post when people said he has nothing to do with it. But he said Judd Althoff, the new guy, the new
Yes,
CEO,
the new co-CEO
and
or whatever.
He said he was the one who made the call, even though Phil, I'm pretty sure Phil's at the exact same level as him. He's not above Phil. He just took some of Satya's commercial stuff. He's not above Xbox. Phil is still the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. And then I know he deleted that one, But yeah, I don't know. Who knows what he was told or why or how? But he was stating they're outdone on hardware, flat out. And then the other posts came and said up in the air on exactly what they're going to do. And it's like, that might, they've never said their plans publicly. So if plans are shifting or changing in some way, no idea.
Oh, and look, and to be fair, I've always said that I don't expect an Xbox made by Xbox after next gen. I don't expect another one from them after that. I fully expect that they'll go the OEM route, like was rumored. What was it, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, whatever it was, where everything from that has come true. So
and people were also ascribing the Discord leak, which actually that conversation would have been before it was ever brought up on the forums by that guy to him when it's not him. It was someone we don't know who it was, but it wasn't him.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people are like, oh, Sneakers was right about the third-party stuff. It's like, that didn't come from Sneakers. That came from that Discord post.
But I think he also said it, but in the timeline, it's whatever. But like a lot of people had been hearing it by that point and just hadn't said anything because it didn't seem possible. But yeah. But the thing that kills me is that there is no journalism. There's just aggregation, and like we're part of that. Like there's no, we're gonna delve deep and get quotes and figure this all out. Outside of a couple of people. Most major websites like IGN and GameSpot and most of the Future, most of the Valnet, most of the Gamers Group are just, oh shit, this will get clicks. I will say, according to rumors, or it is claimed, and that absolves them of all, pushing shitty news from even shittier people. And it's like, well, yeah, but he said it and he's gotten a thing right in the past. But yeah, it's overall, Microsoft came out, said, our plans have not changed. You can go look at the videos from June, which is business speak where it's like, yeah, they might not have changed yet, but you might have talked about changing them. Like that's business speak. You don't actually commit to anything. You just kind of make it sound like you have. They're also not going to say exactly what their plans are because they haven't said them yet. So it's not like they can come out and completely refute. They've never said anything about third-party OEM devices. They can't say, oh, we're still doing our own and the OEMs because they've never said the OEMs. They just said they were doing their own and stuff with AMD. So it's one of the things like them having to come out and give a quote to Jez and everybody on a Sunday because of a forum post and a social media post is just wild. It just shows how fast they took off.
It's not just that. It seems to not happen to Nintendo or PlayStation either.
Well, Nintendo is one of the leakiest out there. It's just not that interesting. We know
it's
most of their leaks are like even they just got hacked supposedly by some hacker group.
Yeah, actually, maybe that can be a news article because I wouldn't mind talking about that.
Yep. I'll find a source.
Yeah, like again, don't get me wrong. Like I've always said, I don't expect another Xbox beyond the next one, as in one made by Xbox. And in terms of their next Xbox, we are still talking about a company who, as I've said before, cancelled the Surface Mini while it was on trucks out to retailers. So I wouldn't put it past them to cancel the next Xbox should Satya wake up one day and feel like it.
It is a lot. Like they just announced all of their contracts, and they've obviously, like, if it's coming out in a year or two, it's mostly taped out and paid for.
No, I know.
So this the Surface one, like it is a different beast. The Surface isn't a huge money making closed ecosystem like Xbox has been.
No, I understand that, but like Microsoft is no stranger. Microsoft proper is no stranger to massive write-offs when they feel like it. And the Microsoft employee that's in our Discord that you really like, even they agreed with me when I said that.
Yeah.
But Microsoft is no stranger to just writing something off no matter what the cost of it was, should they feel the need. So while I'm not saying I think the next Xbox won't go ahead, if it turned out that as of right this minute, when they responded to Jez, when they responded to whoever else, and they said, no, the next Xbox is still coming, I believe them. But if that plan changes in 6 months and they decide, Satya's like, nah, fuck this, don't do it, that also would not surprise me, knowing Satya. I don't believe that call is being made by Phil. I don't believe that call is being made by Sarah. I fully believe a call like that would be made by Amy, Satya, Tim, this other guy, what's his name? Judd something?
He's not over that division, so it shouldn't be.
Oh, okay.
He's the commercial side, so like all this stuff they deal with businesses and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. I fully would expect the call to come from there, not from anyone within Xbox. I'd be shocked if anyone within Xbox is rapt about what's been going on. Because everything that's been happening post ABK feels very, very short term and far less long term. It's like they saw how much money they spent and immediately needed to see return. It's like, we have to get this money back, and now.
Well, it's mostly because they're just looking to endlessly invest. Like, someone has shown how these like handful of largest AI companies are keeping each other afloat. It is literally, I take your money, I give it to them, they give it to them, they give it to them. Who gives it back to you? Who gives it to them? Who gives it to me? Like, it's just people, it's all the same companies constantly investing in each other with no money being made. Like, there is no return on the AI investment, and as long as that is the case, that is where the bubble will burst, because all the companies are like, well, we're not actually seeing any real investment from this from other companies who aren't us and consumers, because there isn't any great use for it. Like, that whole Sora thing hit, and like, oh, you could charge people to make money off your IP theft machine, like you're going to get sued into oblivion. Because you can write famous 80s pop star who wears one glove, dances a jig, and it'll just have Michael Jackson dancing, because it just was trained on his videos.
God, I've seen so many of those Sora videos, and far out. If you didn't see the watermark.
And there is AI that takes the watermark out now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And Microsoft is a too big to fail. So the company would get a bailout, like the banks and everything did. But we pay for it. We would pay for their awful investing, like we did with the banks and the real estate and all that.
God, it's anyway. Let's not get into a whole capitalism fucking.
It's just reality. The way everything's going right now. It's not. It is. We only have these things because of this system, but this system is also taking a bad turn.
Yep. But from what we were talking about, though, even if they were to cancel this next Xbox they're making, that doesn't necessarily mean they're reneging on their contract with AMD. Like, that 10-year plan is still in place, and that still would involve the OEM devices, that still would involve partner devices, that still would involve whatever, reference hardware, cloud hardware. It would still include all of that stuff. That AMD contract wouldn't just be, the next Xbox and that's it. So,
the contract was that whole range of the console, the PCs, the handhelds, the laptops that all work off of this same tech that they're paying for.
Yeah. It's gonna look. I actually think the OEM thing will be, as long as, like, the ROG Ally X, just from little anecdotal snippets I'm seeing, seems to be doing, or looks like it's going to do, okay.
There's people who have that had it delivered early to them, and it's like 15 to 20% better performance. But the big thing is it's a lot more efficient. So you can, like handhelds, sure, you can run them at 30 watts, but you're not going to get that much time out of them. You'll get a little more on this one. But the biggest thing is you can run this at 15 or 17 watts, get surprisingly good performance compared to a Steam Deck or even the old Ally, and get really good battery life.
Yes. But like even down here, I went to look for a ROG Ally X case as well as the ROG Ally X, and the case down here at one of the major retailers is like already gone. So it hasn't even come out yet, and they've already sold out the stock they're getting. So I see little things like that here and there, and it makes me think that maybe the ROG Ally will do okay for itself. Whether it can sell more than something like a Steam Deck, I mean, obviously it won't get near Switch, but if it can do somewhere near Steam Deck numbers, I assume AMD would be, Asus would be pretty happy with that. And if I feel like if the ROG Ally does okay, then that might mean a decent future for the other OEM devices, depending on who's making them, depending on what the quality is like. Yeah, but I guess we'll have to see how it goes. And now, Jesse has completely left me on my own here, and I have no idea when he's coming back. So you guys are now stuck with me talking absolute crap for like God knows how long. So, Jesse's already back. Where'd you go?
The missus hasn't been home for 3 hours because she took her mom out to buy shoes, and I had made dinner, and it's just been on the counter. And I'm like, okay, I really need to put this away before it goes bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, Abdul. I probably should have done that, shouldn't I, while Jesse was gone?
I would have gone back and cut it out of the VOD.
Yes, so I was just saying how I think that the ROG Ally X looks like it could do okay. I'm sure they'd be very happy if it did Steam Deck numbers.
Yeah, but I doubt they could even make that many of them. Like, that's one of the things with the Z2 Extreme with the NPU is expensive, and so they're only going to make as many as they can hope to sell. I doubt they make... If they made 1 million, I'd be shocked. Like, if this is a 500...
Really?
Yeah, no, the I think the original Ally and Ally X and all those variants and everything isn't anywhere near that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I thought maybe with these they would have probably tried to put out a few
it's the most... I remember hearing it's the most they've ever made, but I highly doubt it's, like the Steam Deck is maybe 5 million. In the whole of handheld PCs, it's thought to be like 8, maybe, which is why the whole AMD required a 10 million unit order for Microsoft to have their own handheld chip is also weird, because they've talked about making the deal with handheld chips and laptop chips and cloud chips and console chips and PC chips. Like, they've talked about all that already. I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff from Moore's Law is Dead also around, like the Magnus GPU, which immediately people that would know told me just is completely wrong, but that is par for the course. He will say stuff. He will occasionally get good specifications or images and get everything wrong about them, or a lot wrong about them, but it leads to tons of discourse and shit around
discussion
stuff that every website picks up to get easy clicks.
Yeah.
How about this?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it does. I think if the Ally X does well, it bodes well for future OEM hardware, should that day come. But yeah. So at the moment, the official word is Xbox hardware continues.
Same plan as they announced.
For how long? For how long? Who knows? I personally don't expect it for much longer, but...
Big man, the people I know that would definitely know say no. It doesn't. That channel has also always been heavily couched in console warring. Like, very strong and obviously. So, I don't know. Like, he's been trying to convince people that the PlayStation 6 is both going to be insanely powerful with the best handheld ever and be super cheap.
And cheap.
It's like, that's not how it works, man. I think they're going to try and maintain a $500 price, which will be impossible with these tariffs, but if the tariffs are still at that level in 2 or 3 years, then Jesus Christ, be the least of our worries. But yeah, I don't know. I know I don't know anything, and I don't pretend to. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. Next bit of news. And it is news. And it's semi-breaking news.
Yeah, it's pretty new.
Hold on. Sorry.
You reply. You type to whoever you're typing to.
Yep, sorry.
I don't think I have any Nintendo. You know what? We can bring back this old chestnut that we're not using anymore. Where is it?
So, in what is semi-breaking news, Nintendo got hacked.
Or is allegedly hacked. We have to always say alleged until they have confirmed it.
Why?
Because it's the hackers who are saying they've done it, not Nintendo saying they've done it.
Didn't they provide proof?
They put screenshots up, but I mean, anyone can make a screenshot. I'm not saying they didn't do it. I'm just saying for now it is alleged, much like the Discord leak was allegedly like 1.5 million or 1.5 terabytes or something, but then Discord came out and said, no, not that much. They're doing that to try and get us to pay. That it did happen, but it's not to that level. Oddly enough, you don't always you don't generally trust hackers who are trying to make money, especially. I don't know if these guys are, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So allegedly, then Nintendo got hacked. They've taken a whole bunch of stuff. We will probably know more about whether they were actually hacked and what was hacked in the coming days. Because if we start to see stuff appearing online, whether that's screenshots, project names, yeah, got a funny feeling. Not sure if this is a rumor mill or not, but I reckon at some stage Nintendo's going to release a 3D Mario game. Oh. But you didn't hear that from me.
They've only done a dozen.
Yeah, that's a bit of a hot scoop.
Yeah,
they're going to do a 3D Mario game at some point.
The company that's put out what? How many Mario game and Mario game spin-offs have there been, do you think?
Fucking like so many.
There's never been a more milked and very well milked. Like there's been a lot of great games. IP.
In the end, I don't think it bothers people because
they change up genres a lot.
All right. That's right. There's so many genres of Mario games. So they've got Mario Tennis, Mario Baseball, Mario Soccer, Mario Kart. In the end,
Mario Paint.
It's a good kart. In the end, it's a good kart racer. Whether it's Mario skinned or not, what difference does it make? So yes. The group, what's the group called that hacked them?
I put a link in the headlines. Go Runner.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Oh.
Crimson Collective.
Called? Ah, that's right. Crimson Collective. Claimed to have hacked Nintendo. That's right. And they also, when I was reading it, I was reading about this like very early in the morning. Something about one of the hackers or one of the code names they used related to another hack of another company or something, and that's why people think this is
So they did the hack
legitimate.
of Red Hat, which gained unauthorized access to the company's GitHub repositories and stole about 570 gigabytes of data. That was confirmed by Red Hat. Nintendo is yet to confirm this one. Tom's Hardware did not put the picture up of what they hacked. It was I have a list. Proof of the attack with folders that seemingly stored Nintendo data, including production assets, developer files, and backups. However, the Japanese giant is yet to make a statement about this attack.
Yeah. Look, I'm looking forward to what's coming out of it. And there is a part of me that does not mind seeing Nintendo get some comeuppance. Nintendo have been pretty shitty.
Their entire history.
Yes. But even more recently, they've kind of done another heel turn again.
Oh, yeah. Well, because they had a really... So they had a horror... They had an amazing generation. Were super shitty. Had a horrible generation. Were really nice and had an amazing generation. Nice for them. And are now back into being super shitty again. But the generation started out okay. Very good, in fact.
Yeah, but they've done a little bit of a heel turn again. So I'm not like... And they go after really small people as well, and like full on.
Yeah, there was some guy. One of the hackers of their chips to get pirated games out. They're asking for like $2.5 million from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So seeing them potentially cop it a little bit, not sad about it. Sort of like that Jerry Seinfeld gif, eating the popcorn. That's a shame. So yeah, and yes, and see, I doubt the devs of Power World would be unhappy. They'd be sitting there going, having a bit of a giggle. Okay, so that's Nintendo getting hacked. The other thing we saw was, and I haven't mentioned this to Jesse, but oh well. So we saw the video with Mark Cerny.
Oh yeah.
And one of the heads of AMD. Who was it from AMD?
No idea. I didn't watch a second of it. I got bored of this last time when they were selling. So we're in the start of the pumping up next generation to try and sell hardware, and it might be really cool stuff. Like they're talking about the AMD's catching up on ray tracing and all these different techniques and all this different stuff. But again, whenever it comes to console manufacturers pumping up their hardware, it just goes over my head. I'm like, you do this every time. It's okay. It's not earth-shattering. It's a low to mid-range GPU equivalent. Whoop-de-shit.
Well, it was more. So there was a video between Mark Cerny and Jack. I've never known how to pronounce that surname. Huynh. Hoyne?
I don't know.
Jack Hoyne? I've never known how to pronounce that. But they talked about a thing called Project Amethyst, which is, I assume, some sort of new technology thing. Now, because we trust, or I trust... Huyn? I've never known how to pronounce it.
That's what YouTube told me.
So Carrie Galome Fox, who was on our podcast, who's really into his handhelds, I trust him. So I saw him get excited about an aspect of Project Amethyst, which was universal compression.
Yeah, because most of this ends up being AMD is doing this, and the two companies, Microsoft and PlayStation, choose what they want out of it, and they work together. Yeah. But it's still, as far as I know, it's mostly just like, AMD, we're going to go do this. What do you want? Okay, cool. Maybe they got some ideas, but it sounds cool. It might be awesome. It's just really early before a generation comes out, and so much of what we were sold for this one didn't pan out, so I'm not jumping through hoops yet.
Well, apparently universal compression is something that makes better use of bandwidth. And it's especially helpful for handhelds. Yep. So that's why a lot of people are speculating that a lot of what AMD's tech involves is focusing a lot on improvement on the handheld side of things. Because let's be real, it does look like that's where the future is heading, which is your handhelds, your dockable handhelds, which, again, I've got no problem with. It's
the mix. It's having the option, because people like PCs. Not everyone always has a tower. If you can, like PCs, they work on everything everywhere. So if you can also have a handheld you bring with you that has all your shit anyways, then it's good. And the biggest thing we've always talked about, the TDP, the amount of watt you pull from a wall, watts, and the memory bandwidth. Those are two of the biggest limiting factors on handhelds. So it's like, yeah, the current handhelds can probably do way more than an Xbox One or PS4, but like even on the Xbox One or PS4, One X and PS4 Pro, like they had so much more memory bandwidth, and they were taking so much more from the wall, power-wise, and the Series S is the same way. So until you can figure out a way to have more memory bandwidth, even if it has, like the Switch has more memory than the S, but the Switch is like half the speed or a third, like it's either half or a third of the memory bandwidth of it. So you then run into a problem with that. So figuring that type of stuff out is really cool, and will go a long way to making it easier for your one SKU to play across everything.
It's funny though. I think this video was set up by PlayStation to make it look like this is essentially, this is the tech of PS6. It's like, well, no, a lot of this tech would also be.
Yeah, they said repeatedly
in the next Xbox as well.
In the article I read, they were like, it'll be in anything that's AMD. Like it's there. It's the whole Project Amethyst and all that stuff is working together and eventually getting PSSR to just be FSR 4 and all that. Like it's AMD's entire thing is getting this everywhere for everything, because as they talked about with Xbox, like they've got their chiplet design, and you choose the CPU and GPU chiplet you want to go together, though supposedly the PS6 isn't that. It's the old monolithic die. So again, because that's cheaper and it keeps costs down, but will have less potential performance. But it's like, it's the same song and dance we go through every time now. It's like, it might be really cool, but it's for all of their tech. It's not like the PlayStation 6 is going to be something special. It's like the PlayStation 6 is going to be the AMD tech that Sony is willing to pay for up to a certain cost, along with all the other parts they need to try and sell a $500 box again.
It is crazy how people don't. It is crazy how people don't learn.
No,
isn't it?
Yeah, no. They get excited because tech is cool, and they like their side having cool tech. Like we talked about a lot. The series, this thing's a marvel of modern engineering with the way they were able to split the motherboard and get all of it into this tiny little package for how much it can do. But the price keeps going up, so people are like, it's not really worth it anymore. 5 years old and it's $150 more than it used to be. But like, when you look at what this is, the art of engineering versus what the original PS5 was, because like the current PS5 Slims, it's fine. It's a lot smaller, a lot lighter, a lot cheaper, but they just went crazy with the original design with that giant heatsink and everything, because they were running incredibly high clock speeds to try and keep up because they had less in other areas. And now they're going to do the same thing here, especially if Microsoft is like, yeah, we're not going to go for 60 million as a goal. We're going to hope to get 20 to 30 and keep who we have, like 30 to 40 maybe. It's going to be more expensive, but boy, is it going to be some cutting edge tech. Like PlayStation's never done the cutting edge stuff. They've done what's the best we can get. No, I mean PS4 and PS5.
The PS3.
Yeah, no.
The PS3 was definitely like
the PS3
very unique, out there, cutting edge tech.
I'm talking about the homogenization, and x86 and everything's the same. Like PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5, PS5 Pro. They've been, what's the best we can get while keeping our costs as low as we can. Like, which is also a goal for Microsoft to a point, except for, like, they did go more exotic with the Series X with a huge die and different shape and all that type of stuff. Different approaches. In the end, they're both fine. And guess what doesn't matter is your first party lineup. Ends up not mattering that much if you're not Nintendo, because that's not what people play on these machines most of the time. So in the end, it's all fine. Like everyone just likes, but then the PS6 will come and it's another machine to have them start fighting each other again. Oh, Magnus is better than PS6, or the handheld's going to be the best. And it's like, it's all going to be fine. They're not now. Microsoft moving up in price means that they'll finally be something different.
I know you disagree, but seeing some of what was said in that AMD presentation with PlayStation, it does appear as though there's a lot more handheld focused stuff.
Yeah.
And I still reckon that handheld will be, because there's that PS5 low power mode, which clearly is there for handheld gaming. So I feel like that handheld, people are saying PlayStation 6 handheld. I don't think it'll be a PlayStation 6 handheld. I don't think that's how it's going to be marketed. I don't think that's how it's going to be positioned. I think it's just going to be a PlayStation handheld that will natively play PS5 and PS4 games and stream PS6.
I would be the original rumor was a native PS4, stream PS5, stream PS6. That was the original rumor on the handheld. Now
This doesn't seem worth releasing when you've got the portal.
but the portal, I know, but the portal can't do native. But it's also the new portal, like essentially as well, because you can make an updated version that matches your PS6 look and can play things natively. It can probably there's probably a ton of indies and lower performance target games that could play okay on a machine like that. But I don't think your like Horizon Forbidden Wests and your GTA 6 could run on any type of handheld that wouldn't be incredibly expensive. Because they don't have Series S profiles to just target different hardware.
But I thought that's what that low power mode was for.
But low power mode it's not a completely recompiled game though. So I'm just curious what the hell it would actually be and what it could do. Because when I asked people that know, they're like, you can't beat the laws of physics. You can't brute force something like that. And when your game is coded the way PlayStation games are coded, you would think that wouldn't, why would it be so hard to get games running now? Why can't these handhelds do any of these other console things, like just a low power mode and you throw all your, why is the Ally X not running every Xbox game if it's that simple? I don't know.
Okay.
People we know
that
I think we both respect their opinions on are like, absolutely not. So I'm curious.
I am hopeful because if they do a handheld that can play PS5 and 4 games and stream PS6, that is what I would buy next. I wouldn't bother buying a PS6. I would buy that handheld. And any of those games that are PS6 only that I don't suffer FOMO for, I would buy on a device like a ROG Ally and just get it on Steam or Epic because I don't have that FOMO. I would prefer to be all handhelds going forward.
Especially when the other rumor from Moore's Law is that it was going to be a very cheap handle. They're going to keep it really cheap. Then it's going to struggle running PS4 games if it's super cheap. You still have to be a decent, decent hardware.
I don't think it will be super cheap. I don't know why anyone thinks any future Sony hardware would be cheap. With everything that's going on,
it will be.
So,
but that's all it takes.
When I said the Switch 2 was going to be $499, no one believed me. And look what happened there. I bet Nintendo wishes they charged more.
For now, but also I think Nintendo was like, we're going to get the enthusiasts in. And then, because they know, the thing that happened this generation that gets talked about a ton now is the consoles never got cheaper, so the mass market hasn't moved in like they used to. It's too expensive, and that's probably going to happen with the Switch. If these tariffs go through, they have to up the prices. If they stockpiled most of what they've been selling for now, the moment they're through that stockpile, they're either eating tariffs or upping the price. And I'm sure they want to delay that as long as they can, which, when you look at their strategy on letting third parties release games and having their own games, it definitely feels like they're trying to make people wait until next year on the whole. We've got the price-insensitive people that are always going to be here right now. We upped all the prices on our accessories, probably eating a little bit of the tariffs to begin with. But if they go up even more, what are we going to have, a $170 dock? It's already $130 for a Switch 2 dock, and third-party docks don't work anymore. They're doing everything mustache-twirlingly evil to... Yeah, TSMC, the chip manufacturer, has another price increase because they are a monopoly. Nothing's good when it comes to pricing on anything for a long time. That is just what the reality is right now. And the way back compat and everything works on PlayStation is very rigid and specific, which is also why they don't have the hypervisor layers or anything. So it'll be very interesting to see if they have a handheld. How does it work? Because Nintendo had to do a lot of work to make everything that they could play on a Switch 2 from a Switch 1. And they don't get better performance. They're all the time. If they had a 1080p resolution cap, they're stuck at that. If they had a 30 FPS cap, they're stuck at that.
I'm sure Nintendo worked very hard because
Yeah.
from what I was hearing, there was going to be, I think I'd said it, there was going to be 2 versions of the Switch 2, a backwards compatible version and a non-backwards compatible. So they were going to make us, if you wanted the backwards compatibility, you were essentially going to have to pay for
Yeah,
it.
because it was like supposedly it might just be a Switch chip on the other one to run Switch games.
Yeah.
But they figured that out. They've got it working, and if your game had a unlock cap, it goes flying up. If it had a 60 cap, it can stay there. If it had a 30 cap and didn't hit it before, like some of their games, it'll hit 30. But outside of that, it can't. It's not like just an easy patch to unlock stuff like it has been on the other platforms.
Yeah.
Easy. It's never easy.
Well, like I said, I'll remain hopeful. I know that when I was confident that this generation would have SSDs, most people were telling me, nah, no way, SSDs are super expensive. They'll never do SSDs in consoles. And we ended up with NVMe SSDs. So I'll remain hopeful that Sony has something in mind and works something out, even if it's with AMD, where they can manage to pull off a handheld that can play PS5 games. I don't care if it's expensive. If it has to be expensive to do it, I don't give a shit.
Like the most expensive one you can get right now is, I think, a GPD Win, something that's like $1,500, $1,600. That can't get anywhere close to playing a PS5 game. So I'm really curious what tech they have that would allow it.
Mark Cerny, mate. Mark's got to have faith in Mark Cerny.
He's very tall.
I have to.
Him and Neil Druckmann were playing Johnny Galvatron's follow-up at Mixtape at Summer Game Fest, and they were the appointment after us. He was very nice to everyone. So was Druckmann. They're both people are nice in general.
I need to go see Johnny.
Yeah,
because Wednesday was the media day at his studio, which we got invited to, and sadly I could not go because that is a work day for me.
I don't know if you're supposed to say that.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Oh, whoops.
It's not like the
You still got the
Obsidian thing
email?
where we weren't invited, but a lot of people went to Obsidian and saw the Outer Worlds too. But we didn't get to go.
Oh, okay.
I think it was mostly people who live near there. So.
Well, yeah. The studio's in Melbourne.
Oh, no, I meant for the Outer Worlds in Irvine, California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I have no
Beethoven
idea.
and Dinosaurs in Melbourne.
Mhm.
They're right near where I work. But
Mixtape was really
I
cool when we got to see it at Summer Game Fest.
Yeah. I do want to go see it. I messaged Johnny and said I'd like to come past the studio and see the game, and he said, just let me know, man. We'll organise it for you to come down. I said, thanks, buddy. It's good. I look forward to seeing it. So I think that's pretty much the news.
Yeah, also
I'm actually surprised they even had that much.
The devs behind Build a Rocket Boy's Mind's Eye are suing the company, alleging poor treatment and lots of crunch before they were all then summarily fired. So that union, Mind's Eye Dev Union, sues. So oddly enough, the guy who came from Rockstar after the fun dev experiences that were GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, which is also, according to Nate, should be getting switched to PS5 and Xbox versions, and then I will review that Xbox version, and as long as the controls feel like they do on PC, it will get a 10. Nick, my favorite game of all time. There is no game I can just go into and live in like that game, with an amazing story. And the online's incredible, except for all the hackers on PC, make it unplayable there. Because Rockstar is really bad about online security with that one. But yeah, so Mind's Eye, not a good game, but had a ton of people working on it very hard right up until launch and trying to fix it, and then they're all fired. So they're very mad, and they will be suing. Allegedly, supposedly, on the being treated bad.
That's Benzies, isn't it?
Yep.
Leslie Benzies?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, isn't it? Like, I think we've talked about this stuff before, but it's funny. All these there's a lot of Rockstar developers, and I don't mean Rockstar as in the studio. I mean Rockstar as in rockstars like Cliff Blazinski, Druckmann, the Rockstar
Hideo.
developer.
Hideo Kojima.
Yes. And it's funny how a lot of them, as soon as they leave their big companies and go out essentially on their own. It's funny how, like, I feel like not enough people acknowledge what budget does
Well, hasn't that
for
also
a
that's
game
kind of been
and for
the
a studio and for a developer.
I was just about to say Ken Levine and Judas is like now a decade into development. I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything about being bad there. Just it's been like a decade to try and make a game.
And that's why when everyone's like, oh, no one does it like Rockstar. And it's like, you do know that, like, Rockstar's budget, if you were to give almost any studio Rockstar's time and budget, you would get an unbelievable game. Like, because talent has come and gone from Rockstar, just like any other studio. Naughty Dog, Rare, Bungie, like, every studio has turnover.
Just look
But
at Bungie,
this-
who Destiny 2's total player count has now fallen below Curse of Osiris lows, the point where Bungie once said it was weeks away from shutting the game down.
Jesus.
It's not good.
Yeah, like Rockstar, I'm sure they have a ton of talented developers. That's part of what unlimited resources does. It allows you to look for and hire the best.
They used to have a lot more before Red Dead 2 finished.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when I see people say no one doesn't like Rockstar, I'm like, yeah, that's because Rockstar has unlimited money. So look at Benzies. He was there at the start. He was one of the OGs of GTA. Have a look at what he's done on his own. Mind's Eye. Well, there you go. He was Rockstar. He was the front man, the Rockstar of Rockstar. And look what he gets to do on his own when he doesn't have unlimited money and unlimited time and unlimited resources. It's not always so straightforward. Budget plays a big role in that sort of stuff. It's funnily enough, that's the double-edged sword for PlayStation. PlayStation throws a lot of money at these tentpoles, and that's why they're seen as such high quality. But then they also need to get those costs down because they don't sell the numbers they need to justify the spend.
Yeah.
So they don't spend like Rockstar, but I guess in the AAA space, because Rockstar's in their own sphere, in the AAA space they spend like Rockstar. They're one of the biggest spenders on their games, but they don't sell Rockstar numbers or Nintendo numbers to justify it.
They had
And that's
one game that did in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Spider-Man.
I meant their
Horizon.
own. Yeah. Because with Spider-Man, even though it sells like that, they have to give away so much of it, and they don't have to do that
Yes,
with any
to
of their other
Disney.
games.
They have to give a lot back to Disney.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's funny. I've always said that I don't think enough people acknowledge what money, how much
But also,
money
like,
makes
Build a
a
Rocket Boy
difference.
had insane amounts of money and devs and time thrown at it for building everywhere in Mind's Eye, and it was so poorly managed they got nothing of value. They had like a ton of super talented people. Like that was during the unlimited investment era that was happening.
Look at
a
the
few years ago.
initiative. Look at the initiative. A lot of money, a lot of extremely talented people. Everyone was like, oh, they've got Insomniac people and Santa Monica people. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing. Look what happened there.
Well, and it's funny, we talk about the management side of things, and then that story's coming out now about how, like, there's a guy who was an art lead for 14 years at Halo.
Halo Studios.
Yeah, and there's he put up a LinkedIn post that seems to be like, was the whip cracking too hard from Pierre? He was known for that on Halo MCC. Like, what's the story there? Because Halo was a studio with what has seemed to be poor management for a long time. So I guess if the story could be it's still bad. The story could be, well, you were used to it not being strict.
Yeah.
Maybe it's too strict. I don't know. It's that single source, one person upset, you don't know type of thing. It'll be very interesting, especially because we're
Well, again,
close to
that's
seeing
right.
what they talk about next time.
all you have to go on is what have we known about 343 and Halo Studios? What we have known is that under Bonnie previously, things were a little bit, shall we say, I don't know, the reins weren't very tight on anything being developed for Halo. And when Master Chief Collection, for example, needed to get fixed, they brought in Pierre. Or I shouldn't say they brought in Pierre. Pierre was there.
Mm-hmm.
But they put Pierre in charge of fixing it. And I would argue, as part of our upcoming Tiermaker segment, Master Chief Collection is an incredible fucking piece of software now.
It was definitely not.
What?
It definitely wasn't to begin with.
Oh,
but it is now.
It didn't start as one, but now, oh my God, to me, it is now a console seller had it come out like that in 2014.
And if they had been allowed to monetize it and keep working on it, it would have been amazing. But fans revolted at the thought. And so they got nothing.
So Pierre, I guess, was put in part. That was probably, I'm sure, a part of the reason Pierre was put in charge of Halo. So if things at 343 and Halo Studios were quite loose-reined, and then all of a sudden Pierre comes in, who's got a reputation for being a bit more of a taskmaster, maybe he's got a bit more of a reputation for pulling on those reins, I can understand why someone who's been at that studio for a long time, when it was all very laissez-faire and very laconic, I don't know if that's the right word, I can understand why, because that happens. Like, I have worked in organizations where people get used to a certain environment, and then when an environment changes enough from something a little bit less strict to something very strict, people just leave. They don't need the money desperately. They're not super enjoying their work. They leave. So I read this situation more as, yes, Pierre has come along and he's a lot more strict and structured and regimented on how things should be done. And that's probably rubbed a lot of the long-time people in there the wrong way.
Potentially.
I'm saying that's what I think is happening.
I know.
That's just my personal
But people will take
read on
it's probably rubbed. And Nick is saying it's rubbed people the wrong way. But we got to say this
no,
is all
I'm saying
just
that's
conjecture.
my personal...
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I'm saying this is my personal take on the situation.
Of what the situation could be. Because also it could just be terrible. And they're running it like shit. You never know.
It could be.
Yeah.
And we'll probably know more when this next game comes out.
Yeah. Which we will be able to talk about in 2 weeks. Because on the Halo Championship on the 23rd, they'll be talking about what they've been working on. So on the 25th episode, at least myself and Nick, maybe John, I don't know. I actually will miss an episode next month, Nick. I'm missing the 8th. We're going out to a concert.
Yep.
Your
That's
9th.
right. We'll do it in StreamYard.
Yep.
So... again, I think we'll know a bit more when this next game comes out. So so obviously right now the rumor / speculation is that it's going to be a Halo CE remake. My guess is that if this Halo CE remake comes out and it's in good shape, not broken, fun, people enjoy it, whatever, it's a solid product on release, maybe my read on the situation is correct. If it comes out and it's a disaster, maybe things aren't great at Halo Studios. I hope it is, because I've always backed Pierre. I've always called him my man Pierre, so I'm backing him. So hopefully he doesn't let me down. But we'll find out very, very soon. But I think that's it. I think that's the news, yeah?
The end of the show. I'm kidding, it's not.
No, it's not the end of the show.
Okay.
But yes, what we are going to go to now, we've been trying for a while to work out what we're going to do while the game shows are on hiatus. And speaking of Halo, what we're going to do, because I know Jeff and Mike do something similar. It's
they
not
rank
a
things
tier
against
rating
each
thing.
other's. Yeah, like what's
So Mike and Jeff do like the whole, here's team A, here's team B. these are the games in Team A, these are the games in Team B, which would you take? And they go through it. Or sometimes they do like a Mount Rushmore type thing, which is kind of like a tier thing. Who would be the Mount Rushmore of Metroidvanias? Who would be the Mount Rushmore of first-person shooters? We are just doing a straight-up Tiermaker segment. And I don't think we have a cool intro for it or anything like that.
No, because John wanted to start it up, which means nothing got done.
Yep, so we might try, if he gets a chance, we'll get maybe Pre-Drag to do
Pre-Drag's
some
been
cool
very busy, which has been
tier thing.
Yeah.
I said if he gets a chance. So Jesse and I, and with the help of the chat, we'd like the help of the chat. We'd like the chat to get involved. We'd like our members and our patrons and our fans to get involved. We are going to rank the Halo games.
It's not against each other. It's just how do we feel about each one?
Yes. So I think Jesse and I might piss off a decent segment of the chat because Halo 2, spoiler alert.
But it's not the campaign. It's the whole game, though, Nick.
I know, but even the multiplayer, again, a lot of you are allowing your nostalgia to cloud your judgment. Yes, we all loved Halo 2 multiplayer back then. Me included. Pumped hours and hours into it. It was revolutionary in 2004. Less so now. So for me, Halo 2 will still go quite low on this list.
All right. So
where do we start? Do we do it? Do we do it in order of games? Do we do it in whatever order? How do we do
I'm going to choose so I can bounce between bigger and smaller and make it more fun, and we'll have some big ones at the end.
All right. Well, let's get the simple stuff out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
You and I should both agree, I assume, that Halo Master Chief Collection is godly. That is god tier. Master Chief Collection, as it is right now, the product it is right now, is god tier. And it has to be, because it's got all the Halo games in it anyway. So
start a poll.
Surely everyone in the chat, come on, don't let me down, guys and girls. Everyone
only get 4
has
options, so.
Surely you all agree that Master Chief Collection goes god
I'll do
tier.
A, B, C, D. So polls up in the chat.
Master Chief Collection is
unbelievable. Start voting on what you think of Halo Master Chief Collection. It's not cheating. I mean, it's not against each other. It's as a product. Is it godly, amazing, great, good, meh, bad, garbage, or this game shouldn't exist? Which I don't even know if we... I don't think we need any of these.
It has all the games in it. It has all the games. That's right. And it's MCC as it is now, not the 2014 MCC, which that would go in garbage.
So I've done godly, amazing, great, good, meh, bad. I got rid of the...
Okay, so
nothing's going to be garbage.
Yeah, so 2014 MCC would be bad. Very much would be bad.
It would be in the meh because the campaigns were fine. But
but co-op didn't even work. Co-op didn't even work.
Oh.
No. So to me, it goes bad if it was the launch day product.
Mm-hmm.
The current 2025 product is 100% godly.
Yeah, and they all count Austin because they're not being ranked against each other in a 1 to 10 whatever it is list. They're just being ranked as a game. Where does this go for the Halo franchise, really?
MCC is amazing. Every time I boot it up, I'm like, man, I just want to stare at this. Just this thing is a marvel. Like, Master Chief Collection is a marvel of software engineering, design,
I should play some Halo
everything.
Music. I can do that because
it's amazing.
It's
absolutely amazing.
One thing.
What does the poll say?
The poll
everyone's got it in A.
Yeah, it's A. I think it's. I was going to leave it for later because I figured it would be such an easy one to be top tier. But Halo Master Chief Collection,
chuck it in godly.
Chucked into godly, best of the best for the Halo franchise.
Yep, has to be. Now Halo 2600, which isn't actually an official release. So we had Ed Freeze on our show, and it was Ed Freeze, I believe, who made Halo 2600.
I'll get some footage of it up in a second so people know what it is.
Yeah, he made Halo for the Atari. And while it's not an official release, it is widely acknowledged, even by Xbox, as I guess, a Halo product to an extent. Whether it should count on this list is arguable, but this was the best Halo tier maker we could find, and it included it. So we wanted to we'd rather have a tier list that has absolutely everything than have it missing stuff like Spartan Assault. And
I don't think this one's going to hit too hard with our audience overall, though.
Look at that.
All right,
Yes.
ending the last poll.
So look, I would argue that Halo 2600 is in this weird spot where, as a video game, you would put it in the bad ranking. While I feel bad saying that for Ed Freeze, because what he's done is incredible, it's not really like it's a game you can actually play and enjoy. So from that perspective, I would rank it as bad. In terms of what it is as an achievement, godly. Although it is also proof that we were being fleeced on game prices back then, because one dude can just make a whole game like that. And
the whole thing was it was technology being
US.
made as, like, people were having to figure out how to do all of this. So it might have been 10 people, but it was 10 really smart people figuring out how to make
10 people. It was usually
switches.
like 1 or 2 people.
Well, no, there were some teams as well, but yeah, it was like figuring out how do these dip switch, and you got to change the dip switch to do this type of shit. Like it was a lot harder and less broad. It wasn't as commercial and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I think as far as this tier rating goes, it should, as a game that you can play and genuinely enjoy, surely it's bad. These Atari games are all bad. None of them are good.
Yet our rankings are 42% neat, which I think goes in the good category.
Yeah, but they're saying neat as in it's a neat thing that happened.
So I think
it's a neat achievement.
Neat gets it into meh.
Okay.
It's a cool thing that I don't want to play.
Very cool.
Versus a dumb thing,
cool
that I don't want to play.
Yes, and like that's what Brit. That's right. Thank you, Brit. It was neat because of the tech, and that's what I'm saying. As an achievement of one man making that thing, I would put it almost as amazing or godly. But as an actual video game that you can sit down and play, it would be bad. As all Atari games were.
Let's do like the Spartan Assaults and Strikes next.
Oh, I love those. Have you played them?
I have. I played the shit out of them.
I love them. I think they're fantastic.
Right, we'll do Spartan Strike first.
The Windows Phone and Windows exclusive Spartan Strike, the only one that never came to Xbox, which still pisses me off. Spartan Strike. I preferred Assault to Strike myself, but still enjoyed Strike for what it was. I would put it, because again, I'm going to try and be as objective as possible, as humanly possible. I would put Spartan Strike as good. Myself.
Right, new poll is up. I remember enjoying Strike, but not as much as Assault.
Yeah, I like the Assault more.
Yeah.
So
I'll get some footage up for people who have never seen it.
I would put Strike as good. Spartan Strike is fun. I quite liked it. But then I'm a big isometric twin stick shooter fan too, that's why I try to rein in my enthusiasm for it, because I know that I lean very much towards these.
So there, if you never saw these games, don't know how they play. They were the Diablo-ish camera perspective, twin stick shooters, had a bunch of the Halo weapons and enemies and grenades and all that type of stuff. They were very score focused, so it was about running through and getting through levels as quick as you could, not taking damage, not dying.
Yeah, they're really cool. I would rate this as good.
And right now, of A, B, C, D, it is primarily B and C. So I think with both of us saying it's good, not great.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. All right. Put that in there. Into our first good. Now we'll go to Halo Spartan Assault.
Great. Spartan Assault was great. That was a
and this is the one that a lot of people here have probably played because it's on Xbox One.
It's on Xbox. It was Games with Gold game. It was the first Xbox One Games with Gold game, I think, or one of the first. Like I think it was Games with Gold November 2013. Games with Gold November 2013. Oh my god, Google's no fucking help.
Yeah, Google is. You got to put like shit or fuck in there, and then it'll not give you dumb AI garbage.
World of Keflings, Iron Brigade. No, maybe it was December. Let me check.
Yeah, Spartan Assault felt like it just had more time with it. I do remember finding it more fun to play through, even though I don't think it was as long. Yeah, it was like an hour shorter on the full playthrough. But again, they were built to be replayed a bunch. They were built for either controller or touch controls. But for some reason, Spartan Strike.
It was June 2014. Games with Gold. Spartan Assault.
It's still weird that this one never came to consoles. Makes me sad.
It did.
No, I meant
Spartan
Strike.
Assault did.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, Strike. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Strike didn't.
Yeah, the Strike was the second one. So.
Yeah.
Gentle Stone has never played a Halo game.
What? Really? Wow. Dude. You're doing yourself a massive disservice there.
Halo Dead.
You need to... And you may as well just play Master Chief Collection now. Because it's all in there. I would also play Spartan Assault. Because it's great.
So where are we putting Spartan
I would
Assault?
have it in great. I would have it in great.
Well, the chat's played this one. It's mostly A's and B's with a handful of C's and D's as well. But yeah, I think I'm with you. But it's going to be funny if any of the mainline games are only good or meh. And Spartan Assault is above them and people would be very mad.
Yeah, but why can't Spartan Assault be above mainline games? I think Halo Spartan Assault was way more fun than Halo 2.
Jesus. You're going to get us killed, Nick.
I enjoyed it more than Reach.
You know what? Let's go for one of the more mainline games. Let's go with Halo 3 ODST.
Oh, you don't want... Man, you're not going to agree with me on that. That is God tier. ODST is God tier. ODST. Unbelievable game. Bungie's second best. It's the second best Halo game Bungie made behind CE. For me. Again, it was when the reins were tight. Reins were tight on CE, best game they ever made. Reins were tight on ODST. I think they made it in like 6 or 9 months. Incredible piece of work. That's Bungie, man. You've got to put a tight leash on Bungie.
Just put it there and we'll move on.
Said it. All the PlayStation fans are discovering it now. Something I've been saying for years about Bungie. You got to put the fucking leash on them.
Right, I got it where it goes. We don't have to worry about you or the poll. It's where it's supposed to be.
I understand that you're not going to put it in godly because I think it's godly, but surely we can at least settle on amazing.
It's at 47% so far. A in chat. There's 17 votes.
Thank you. So the music is next level. Unbelievable music. That the music is amazing. I loved its structure. I loved that it blended both an open not an open world, an open hub. It blended an open hub with actual levels. So you're discovering these memories. You're hunting down what happened to your team. You're sort of discovering and investigating what happened to your team. And as you find the broken helmet, the whatever, and then you live the memory of what happened. I just thought that whole structure was absolutely
You know what they did
brilliant.
to the rookie?
Loved it.
Killed him in a book. Or a comic book. Yeah. All right. Votes are in.
I love
Nick loves
everything about ODST.
I'll go with amazing.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't end up in God tier just because I wanted it there, but surely warrants being in amazing.
You know what definitely is
ODST.
going to end up in God tier, and I'm not even kidding. If you focus on the multiplayer, when people look back, and it's the most recent...
Halo 5.
Halo 5.
Halo 5's multiplayer is fucking unbelievable.
It's
It's
the
the best. It is the best.
It's still the most Halo multiplayer I've ever played, even though that was mostly Warzone Firefight. Like, I have 300 hours in Warzone Firefight.
Halo
Now, the
5's
campaign,
multiplayer.
what a disappointment. Absolutely gorgeous for that hardware
Yeah.
and at that frame rate, even though you really saw the cost
You know how
of
good
it.
it looks on Series X?
Mm-hmm. If they could just
Halo
make
5
it so the friggin' animations and far off were clean. Oof.
Halo 5 on Series X looks visually great.
Yeah, because they got it the resolutions up. It was dynamic.
For me, that campaign holds it back so much.
Yeah.
It's the most bipolar Halo game in the entire franchise, because you've got the multiplayer, which is like the best in the series, and then you've got the campaign, which is arguably one of, if not the worst in the series. So it's like you kind of have to fall in the middle on it. It has to either fall under great or good as a result.
Like, the gameplay in the campaign was great.
Oh, gameplay incredible, gunplay incredible, multiplayer incredible, visuals underrated.
Made the Prometheans interesting, at least, even if they weren't great. They
Most
were
of
way
shit's
better
fine.
than 4s, which we'll get into later. But yeah, I think for me, because the campaign was such a letdown, I would most likely go with great.
Yeah, I'm happy to settle on great.
Like, it's
just
a
because
meh-
of how much
Meh campaign, but then the multiplayer
godly multiplayer.
and I really liked Warzone. I really liked Warzone Firefight. I played more Warzone Firefight than probably anything outside of Reach's Firefight.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm happy to settle on great just because of how good that multiplayer is.
Yeah, I wish we could write not campaign on here, but people yell at us. Anyways, maybe I'll just put in some text. Be like, Halo 5 pumped up big time by its multiplayer. All right, so next,
it's
let's
so good.
we'll hit another one. The original Halo Wars.
Amazing. Amazing. I don't play RTSs, and I played the fucking shit out of Halo Wars. And I do not touch RTSs. And Halo Wars had me hooked as fuck. I had to play.
Poll is
I think, did I get the full 1,000? I actually can't remember. I'd have to double check my gamer score, but yeah. Halo Wars was incredible.
Halo Wars 1 and 2
Absolutely
would probably be near the top for me, for both. Like, I don't like that genre. That 2 with the Banished and Atriox and the music and everything. Yep.
I
Absolutely.
couldn't get us into 2 for whatever
Wow.
reason. I couldn't get it. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I just couldn't get as into 2, where 1 I was like enthralled. I could
funny.
not stop playing.
The main thing I like
Halo
about
Wars
1 is that in the John Forge guy, his daughter ended up being in a bunch of books that ended up being amazing. There were some of the Kelly Gay books, and those books brought back 343 Guilty Spark in a way that worked amazingly well. Like, he was in a trilogy of books, and it was incredible. Because we got his whole backstory in Halo 4. Like, what 343 Guilty Spark was. And yeah, like, I also come at it constantly from the books. Like, even when we talk about Halo 4, it's going to mostly be as a game. It's probably meh to good. But the books I love so much about it because of the books, but that doesn't count.
Yeah.
But with Halo Wars 1, I liked it quite a bit. It would be in the great for me.
Really?
Mhm.
I have it as amazing. I have Halo Wars as amazing. Come on, chat. What's chat done? What's
Chat is
got?
at mostly A, and then very mixed with B, C, D, almost the exact same.
46% A.
It's only 26
Sorry.
votes, though.
It's going in amazing. It's going in amazing.
Well, we've already talked about 1. Why not move on to Halo Wars 2, which, again, has one of my favorite main menu songs ever. I wish I had it so I could play it, though it might get... I play the Halo Infinite music every time because Halo Infinite does not get pinged. It's the only one.
Yep.
Now, let me get a poll up.
Halo Wars 2 for me, I personally couldn't get into it as much as Halo Wars 1. That doesn't make it not good. I just couldn't get into it as much. So I would have Halo Wars 2 down in great or good if it was me.
The Banished were an amazing enemy that it introduced. I actually, as someone who cares, really liked the story of that game and everything that was built up around it. It was foundational for the series moving forward for years into Infinite and all the books and everything, with how cool the Banished were, and the legend of Atriox that's built up in that game is just amazing, especially when you realize it is a legend. He's really big and really strong and really cool, but he was coming from nothing, and it added... For me, Halo Wars 2 as a game was amazing, but it also added amazing stuff to the franchise. So I don't know that counts, but it definitely colors my perception of it. Slide away, I can't put it there. Halo 5's campaign was bad, but its multiplayer and the multiplayer suite was great, and that's why it's there.
Yeah, I was just typing that to him now, saying, well, it's right in the middle because the campaign is terrible, but the multiplayer is literally the best. So it just falls right in the middle.
We got a pretty similar breakdown of votes. It's, there's only 17 of them. Mostly A's on Halo Wars 2. I think it should be at least where 1 was, because I think it was overall a better, more strategic game with a better story, though the story and music in the first one was good. What they were able to add in that one, I thought was pretty darn fantastic.
I mean, yeah, okay.
We're just going to end up having everything in amazing, good, and great.
You gave me amazing on ODST, so...
Halo Wars 2 is one of my most played recent Halo games. Again,
because it's hard for me to disagree, only because just because I didn't get into it as much, that doesn't mean it's not as good. So,
right, yeah, because it's at 50% A's on the poll.
Yep. Okay.
All right. I mean, and so now we're going to hit a string of things that are either great, amazing, or godly. So we're going to have a very lumped. See, that's why I was like, great should really count. Like, if you want to reconsider some, like, if maybe Halo Wars 1 and 2 are great games, but not amazing, I'd be fine with that. I think they're pretty great. They're not the best in their genres, but they took the Halo IP and did something really cool with them.
There's still a couple of them. There's still a couple of god tiers, too.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. Everything's going to be great, amazing, or god tier, so it's going to be very highly balanced. People are just going to call us frauds.
I don't know. There's going to be a controversial meh.
All right, we might as well get to it then. Halo Combat Evolved.
No, bullshit. Combat Evolved is the fucking god tier.
Halo 2.
We'll
do that one
Halo
next.
2. If it was purely up to me, Halo 2 would be bad. It would be in bad.
I do not like Halo 2's campaign. I remember quite enjoying its multiplayer.
Oh my god. Halo 2. And you know what makes... Halo 2 was already a very forgettable campaign. I barely remember anything. The only thing I remember from Halo 2's campaign, and this is prior to playing it recently, so before I had played it recently to refresh my memory, the only things I remembered from Halo 2 were the prick jackals on Insane, the sniper jackals on Insane, who are just fucking cheating assholes, and the ad, what if you miss? I won't. That's all I remember from Halo 2. And the E3 demo, which ended up getting added to the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, it was a mod that people were... Yeah, PC, because it's a mod, essentially.
Yeah. Halo 2 was just such a forgettable campaign. And yes, while I understand we all loved the multiplayer in 2004, that multiplayer is not great now. Although I will say in Halo 2's defense, it does still have some of the best multiplayer maps in Halo history. But I would still put it in bad.
Well, it's a 57% A from the audience.
What? What? Nah, we have to overrule on that. We have to overrule
Oh,
that,
we're the
'cause
final
we both
word.
don't like Halo 2. We
So
both
I
don't
don't-
like Halo 2.
The campaign for me is thoroughly meh. In the multiplayer,
What happened to bad? Why haven't you got bad there
because
anymore?
nothing was going to be in bad. Unless you played
Halo
the
2's bad.
No, Halo 2 is not bad.
Halo 2
The
is
multiplayer
bad.
is good. The multiplayer was as good as it got at the time for consoles. It's not bad. Halo 2, with the audience, me and you, is going to end up being great, which is going to drive
What?
people crazy. That's a C.
Nah. Put it in good at least. At least put it down to good.
All right.
You can't have it in great.
That's where the audience wants it. They want it in godly. Look at that.
Nah.
50. Oh, yeah, it's at 50%. Oh, it's going down a little
Even-
bit. It's got some B's.
No way. Even in good it bothers me. But I'll accept good.
Wow. All right, you heard it here. You want to know why Halo 2 is in good? I wanted it to be in great. It's going to be in good
Nah.
because of Nick.
It belongs in bad.
I should.
That's where
you know
it
what?
really
I'm going to start putting
belongs.
some text up to explain it to people who join late, so they stop. All right, hold on. Halo. All right. Tiermaker. Okay. Let me get a good font here. I should get the Halo font. I think I have it installed. It would look like
I
shit.
think I've
though.
got it. Or I used to have it.
Nah, it's not showing up. I do have it installed, but it's not showing up. All right.
Oh, Kal-El,
Halo.
them's fighting words, Kal-El.
To blame
Them's fighting
Nick.
words.
Halo 5, multiplayer good, single player bad.
No, the only one I'm ignoring is Halo 2's votes. That's the only one I'm ignoring. I'll
Fair.
accept everyone's votes on every other Halo game, but I'm not accepting them on Halo 2.
Okay, I've got explainers for Halo 2 and Halo 5 up for people that don't
Halo 2,
hear exactly why.
it's all nostalgia for every single one of you. It is nostalgia. And I don't allow the nostalgia to get me on Halo 2 because I was 24 years old.
Polls
so I don't
ended
allow
with
the nostalgia to get me.
70% of it being A or B.
I was with all of you. I loved it in 2004. Loved it. But God, that game, it's Xbox's Mario 64.
All right.
That is what Halo 2 is. Halo 2 is Xbox's Mario 64.
Yeah, I can see that.
Revered game that our nostalgia is like, oh my God, it was the best. And then you play it now and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is shit.
I mean,
it's just like Mario 64.
Nick, I'm kind
You're
of
like,
the same
what
way
is
with the
this
game that
shit?
preceded it, but we'll get into that later. Halo,
Nice.
well, the arcade shooter one. What is it called?
Have you played it? I've
Nope.
played it.
Never played.
Oh, you haven't played it?
No.
Okay, so as
Because
a
you're
light
going to be
gun,
leading this.
as a light gun game aficionado, I didn't mind Raven Team. What was it called? Halo.
I'm looking it up now. Halo.
Raven.
Is it
something?
Raven Assault or something? I forget. Halo Raven.
I can't remember.
Squad.
What was it called?
I don't know. I
Fire
put in
Team
Halo
Raven.
Raven and Squad popped up.
Halo light gun.
Fire
shooter.
Team Raven. Halo.
Yes,
Fire,
Fire
Team
Team
Raven.
Raven. I had fun with it. It's not. It's definitely not one of the best light gun shooters, but for what it
All right,
is,
getting up the
I
poll.
didn't mind it. It's pretty cool. You know, it captures the Halo feel. They've done good stuff with the license. Visually, it's not bad. Like, you can see it there. It's not an ugly game. It's actually not a bad looking game.
Ugh, wasps. Worst enemy.
I enjoyed my time with Fire Team Raven. I didn't mind
These
it.
people playing stink.
I didn't mind it at all.
It's
I would
bullshit, though,
be
because they're
happy-
using the assault rifle and killing things.
Yeah, I know. I would be happy with Fire Team Raven settling in good. It's not great. It's good.
Yeah, it looks like they're
I
just going
didn't-
back to all the old classic levels and letting you...
Yeah. I
Blast
didn't mind
away.
my time with it. Like, it was a cool, unique little take on Halo. And as we all know, first-person shooters effectively evolved from these light gun games.
Chief.
So it was a nice little full circle moment to then have a Halo light
Weird
gun
that
shooter.
Chief isn't alone on the Halo ring. And there are vehicles that definitely didn't exist in Halo CE.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
was
this
cool.
looks cool. Probably
I'm
expensive
okay
as
with
shit.
it. I'm okay with it sitting in good.
Right.
Yeah.
What is chat saying? Chat is thoroughly C. C and D.
Yeah. I voted for C, so
Okay.
I'm fine with it being good.
Good for Halo Fireteam Raven. All right, let us jump into Halo 4.
Ooh, another divisive one. I put it as good. Maybe even meh. Halo 4. Because the only multiplayer part of it I liked was SWAT, and none of you play SWAT. I'm the only SWAT player. And that campaign has this very, very slim, narrow, neat start that calls back to Metroid Prime, like gives real Metroid Prime vibes. And then it becomes this forgettable nothing of a campaign.
Well,
I remember
so much of the emotional stakes tied to it are on the books, and if you didn't read the books, you don't really know who the didact or the librarian is. I'm like,
and it had the stupid thingies that you click on them, and then it takes you out of the game and starts that separate app or whatever it is. Or was that Halo 5 that did that?
I think they both did,
Halo
but
4,
now
wasn't
they.
it?
So I think they in MCC they definitely took you out to the Halo Waypoint app, which I think they got rid of in MCC for the terminals.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was like on the 360.
That's right. Halo 4 had those terminals, yes.
Yeah.
That was, again, like SJ says, by far the best part of Halo 4 was Cortana. Cortana's sexy model was by far the best part of Halo 4. That is the goated Cortana design of Halo. I apologize if that offends people that I like hot girls, but sorry.
I don't get to show this off enough, the little ornament. I wanted to get the 360 one, but just too much money.
Yeah, they're cool as.
But for anyone, so I whenever I look back at Halo 4, I am hit by the books, like the Forerunner
Yeah, but
trilogy.
you got to look at the game.
I know.
You got to look at the
But
game.
also, if any of you ever read those books, if you want a book that somehow brilliantly ties together Halo 4, Halo 5, and Halo Infinite, and wraps up the Didact story in the most satisfying way I could have never imagined, Halo Epitaph is one of the best Halo books ever written, bar none. But Halo 4 should be no higher than good.
I think Halo 4 should be meh. I loved Halo 4's campaign intro, that very short intro on the spaceship. I didn't mind that initial start in the jungle, and that's it. The rest of that campaign is completely and utterly forgettable. Not bad per se, but just very forgettable. And the Prometheans are just a fucking shit enemy in that game. Visually, arguably one of the best, like relative to its tech, relative to its time, Halo 4 is arguably the best looking Halo. Relative to, if you throw the layers of context over it, Halo 4's biggest strength is its visuals. It is by far the best looking Halo game. How that is a 360 game is beyond me. It is absolutely beyond me how Halo 4 is a 360 game. It's probably the best looking game from that generation.
It's. I mean, they cut out so much of the AI and the scope and all that type of stuff, but well.
Oh, and that's how they got those visuals. The game had to be, a lot of stuff had to be cut out, physics-wise, AI-wise, scope of the levels, and all that sort of stuff. But visually, I would argue that Halo 4 is the best-looking game from the PS3 and 360. I would argue. It is insane how good that game looks.
It's meh for me because of how bad the Prometheans were in that game.
Prometheans were bad. The campaign is forgettable. Everyone hated
Well, the campaign isn't forgettable if you read the books, and that's not
yes,
okay.
but you can't keep referring to the books because most people didn't read the books.
I know.
So
I literally said that's not okay.
Outside of SWAT, Halo 4's multiplayer was terrible. So for me, Halo 4 goes in meh.
All right. Next one up. Why don't we go to a place we must always remember? Halo Reach.
Oh, I put that in meh as well.
You are smoking crack.
Nah. What's good about Reach?
Everything.
Seriously, what's good about Reach?
Music.
Bungie phoned it in because it was the game they were basically forced to do to get out of their.
It wasn't phoned
contract.
in so much as it was. They used it as a test bed for Destiny. A lot of the abilities and shit, like the jump packs and the dome of invincibility, was like the Guardian type stuff. Nick, Reach should be an amazing.
Why?
What do you mean why? Because it's a fantastic game to play. I like the story. I enjoy playing it. The music's great. I like the variety of the missions. I like the tone of it. I really like the firefight.
The only good thing about Reach's campaign is the idea that it's a prequel to Halo. And had, like, the ending of Reach, where it's just like, survive. That is incredible. That part is great. Everything leading up to that, shite. The multiplayer was ruined by all those abilities, like a fucking armor lock destroyed the multiplayer.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the multiplayer, but for, like, the competitive multiplayer, but that firefight I played way too much of.
And to be fair, that's where SWAT really... The SWAT we know now really started in Reach. SWAT as we know it started in Reach. I know that, I think, was it technically in Halo 2 and Halo 3? Technically? I can't remember. But for me, my SWAT addiction started with Reach. But there's no way known Reach belongs in Amazing.
There's no way it's not at least great, because it's a 41% A in the poll, 25% B.
Well, then you've got to bump Warzone 2 back up there again.
Nope.
Well, then... No, I'm saying as in, if you're going to put Reach in great, then you have to put Warzone 2 back up into Amazing.
Nope.
Why?
I don't want to. Also, this music is the Halo Infinite soundtrack for Tiberius Monk for $2 super chat.
Where is the background music?
Yeah, this is all Halo Infinite music. Because they
Jay Foley
don't ping.
With a super chat. 2 and Reach need in Amazing. We the people demand. 2's definitely not fucking going in Amazing. Hell no, it's not going in Amazing. If Jesse wants to put Reach in great, whatever, that's fine. But if that's the case, Wars needs to go back in Amazing where it started.
Wars
that's where
2
it was.
could go to Amazing, but not Wars 1.
Why? Why can't they both go there?
That's where they were. Better.
That's where they were.
Yeah, but 2 is a lot better. There's a compromise to just make them both great. This is where 1 should have been.
But you were worried that everything was going to be an Amazing, and there's only one game in Amazing.
I know. Amazing and Godly should be really hard to get to.
So put one of the wars back in Amazing. If you're going to put Reach in great.
Reach isn't great. I'm going to put up a quick poll. You got a minute. Which wars goes to Amazing? Which
Everyone's
one
vote for Halo 2.
deserves
Halo Wars 2.
Amazing? Oh no, start QA. I don't know what the hell a QA in chat is. Start a poll. Which wars goes to Amazing?
Oh, no, Margonaut. Have you played Halo 5's multiplayer? Come on, bro. Halo 5's multiplayer, I feel like playing it right now. It's so good.
If it was ever on PC, I'd jump in and do Warzone Firefight all the time still.
Oh. Halo 5 SWAT might be the best Halo multiplayer I've ever experienced. Halo 5 SWAT. Infinite SWAT is pretty good too. Infinite SWAT's pretty good. But Halo 5 SWAT, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
All right. Yep. You were
right. I told you.
70% for 2.
Told you.
I really wish I could play Halo Wars 2's main menu theme. It's still one of my favorites. Like when I did that, when I went back and reviewed it and I was just listening to that friggin' main menu song, I was like, oh my god. So good. Highly recommend YouTubing that after the show. All right, we got the big 3
Here we go.
in my mind.
Yep. I would argue these are probably the big 3.
We'll start with Halo Combat Evolved. I think most people are gonna. Yeah.
God tier.
By
Halo
far,
CE.
my most played console game of all time because it was all my brother and I could afford.
24 years later, and it's still
Yeah.
Completely and utterly playable. CE. Even with the shit library.
They made it. I mean,
CE is unbelievable.
with the new graphics, it tells you where to go at least.
Yeah.
That's why if they do a remake,
Unbelievable
redo
music.
the library.
Unbelievable music.
Not that much music, too. When you go back and you realize, like, oh, it was just these amazing songs played occasionally. It's very different than modern games where it's pretty constant.
Yeah. But the pistol, the Magnum, the greatest weapon in Halo history, just...
I mean, I
even
guess
though
it's
it was a
amazing if you
mistake,
just completely break a game's balance.
It was an... Yeah, but yes, it was broken and they admitted it was a mistake, but it wound up working. So had Halo not introduced the two-weapon system, the pistol would not have been as fondly remembered. So if Halo stuck to what the template Doom had laid out, which was like every weapon and you just pick one, then the pistol wouldn't have been looked at as fondly, because then it would have said, well, this game's broken because the pistol is the only weapon you ever need to use and it's stupid. Thanks to the two-weapon system, people were like, oh my god, this gun is amazing because you pair the pistol with another weapon to suit the situation you're in. So you're like, okay, the pistol's my get out of jail card, but I need a shotgun for this level, or I need a sniper rifle for this level, or I need... So it ended up working. It ended up
killing...
The mistake...
There was never any reason to not have it, because the hunters, you could always just one-shot in the back. Like, it was not a well-balanced game.
I just said it was broken and it was a mistake, but it ended up working out thanks to the two-weapon system. It fixed it unintentionally.
But if you died and lost it, then you were just fudged. And so it was
not necessarily.
Not my favorite overall setup.
CE is amazing.
Yep,
I can still
I would
play
put
it
it amazing. I'd go there.
No, I put it god tier.
Chat is pretty mixed. It's all good. There's no way it's below amazing. It's 43%, 44% A, 28% B, 22% C, and actually 6% D. It's probably Woodstar Forges in the chat. He says it's the worst one.
Yeah, but you have to remember, it has to get extra credit for being what started it all.
Nope.
Laying the template.
No.
Laying the template. Its multiplayer, even though not online, was super fun. It has to get some extra credit for all of that. There's a reason that that's the Halo that's being remade twice, not any of the others. There's a reason CE is being remade twice, because it's the best one. If it was Halo 2 or Halo 3, like Halo 2 got its remake in MCC, it's not getting remade again. Halo 3 is not getting remade. It's Halo CE that keeps getting remade. Because it's the greatest. I would put it in God tier.
That would be amazing. People start typing in chat, God tier or amazing.
God tier or amazing.
You gotta choose one of the two.
Maybe do another poll. God, amazing. And see what people vote for.
All right.
God tier
Maybe
or
we'll
amazing.
do that.
Well, I said that, Austin T. I said it should get extra credit for being the original that started. Like, the Xbox brand only exists because of this fucking game.
Yeah,
how is it not God tier? How is it not God tier?
Amazing, 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 godly.
No. 1, 2. I see 3 amazings and a godly.
Joshua, Mort, Jordy, Britt, Spartan, all amazing. Buzzed, godly.
Yeah, it starts a bit high. It starts a bit
One
higher.
Pint Johnny, amazing. Good. Only one godly.
Nah. The console brand wouldn't fucking exist without it.
Doesn't matter. Amazing.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Amazing it is.
Okay.
The Amazings have it.
It's the only game that's being remade twice. It's the reason the brand exists. It's still playable 24 years later, but it's
another
not
godly.
Tier.
Good.
Come on, man.
Hey, you want to involve the chat? You got to respect them.
Come on. Don't be silly people.
They are. It's in amazing.
Come on. Come on, Smooth. Don't be like that. You've let me down.
Well, we're moving on to the Mac Daddy, the big one of the Bungie era, Halo 3. Which I have the soundtrack of and would play the music, but I get pinged and have to give
People
money
better
to
not be
Marty.
voting for Godly for Halo 3.
I imagine it's going to be
Hey,
like 95% godly.
To me, Halo 3 is the amazing one. So that Halo 3 was a really good balance of really good multiplayer, really good campaign. It had the fucking didn't Halo 3 introduce, was it Halo 3 that introduced Forge?
I think so. I don't think Forge was on the original Xbox. No, they didn't have an online or as much setup for it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
By far and away, the most A's of any Halo game so far.
Sorry?
66% A's so far. Far and away the most A's yet.
It's amazing. Halo 3, I'm willing to say, is
that
amazing.
A is godly. That A is it's your top tier.
Whatever, man. Halo 3 was good. I enjoyed Halo 3. I enjoyed Halo 3 a lot.
Halo 3 was
2,
their best
sucked
overall
ass.
package.
Yes, easily. Bungie's best overall package, easily. Even visually, I remember I was old enough to remember Halo 3 being shit on visually.
It was because of the FOV.
And not just the FOV.
And the faces. They hadn't really figured out bump mapping and all that yet.
Because what people didn't understand about Halo 3, what it was doing with lighting and physics, it was doing some next level shit with lighting and physics. And that's why you couldn't get the, oh wow, visuals. Halo 4 looks the way it looks because of the backlash Halo 3 got for its visuals. That is why Halo 4 looks the way it looks. And they sacrificed all that lighting, all that AI, all that physics to give people their fucking more graphics. And then Halo 4 looked fucking unbelievable. But then it sacrificed so many things that made Halo 3 great. And these are the consequences of when people fucking whinge and don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
The crowd has spoken, Nick. And I'm with them. When I've replayed these games all the time, funnily enough, I half skip Combat Evolved. I don't touch ODST. I don't really want to touch 2, but I play the shit out of 3, Reach, 4, 5.
I love 3. I love 3. This don't take this as me saying Halo 3 is not fucking incredible. I loved Halo 3. Halo 3 was truly great.
And now
I would have it in amazing.
Mm-hmm. There's only one.
And I would have CE in God tier. I would switch 3 and CE. Infinite, amazing. Infinite's amazing.
The game Infinite is so Infinite's also different in the sense that Infinite at launch, much like MCC, great.
It wasn't broken.
It did break though.
MCC was broken.
No, but Infinite, you got to remember, Infinite was broken and then had no content for like 2 years.
How was it broken?
The online matchmaking broke from like a week after launch when they then tried to add in some classic playlists and didn't work for like 2 or 3 months.
Really?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, it killed all the momentum the game had. It was maybe a month after launch. They tried to, before the holidays, we're going to update this playlist, and it just completely broke matchmaking.
Yeah, but
months.
again, we're not talking about.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Like now, it's amazing. Infinite is amazing.
Now it is the best overall package, by far.
Well, no, Master Chief Collection is objectively the best overall package.
Yeah, but that's because it's taking a ton of different games together. I mean, single-player campaign, which I loved, I know needed more variety and set pieces, but I absolutely adored it and have played through it like
I love that campaign.
Times. But also it didn't have co-op at launch. Finally does, but still no split screen. The multiplayer has always been great, but it was very broken for a while. It's finally in a very good position. The Forge is the best Forge they've had.
The reason I would put Infinite as amazing is because both its campaign and multiplayer are amazing. But I don't think either is the best. So it doesn't have the best campaiin.
It's the campaign I like playing the most, and I think that's why I ended up giving it the score I did at launch.
I love the campaign.
Because I streamed it, last Friday, I think, or a Friday before, and it was just 3 hours of unbelievable fun with the controls.
Yeah, Halo Infinite is incredible. I love Halo Infinite.
Halo
I
Infinite
would put it as amazing.
Wow. Halo Infinite might have the highest ratio of A's and B's. 66% A, 21% B, 6% C, 9% D.
It's not God tier.
I wouldn't.
You can't put it in God tier.
The package it is now is probably my favorite package they've ever done. But the overall, everything around the franchise and all that type of stuff too, if you take that into account, it's knocked down a peg from their zenith.
But what I'm saying is, logically, it can't be God tier because its campaign isn't the best of all the campaigns, and its multiplayer isn't the best of all the multiplayers.
Yet it is the campaign I would play the most right now.
I know, but that doesn't make it the best campaign.
I know.
So
I would be okay with alone, amazing.
Yeah, amazing for sure. Amazing. And if there was something between amazing and godly, I'd even consider putting it in there. But it
even
can't
better
be
than
godly.
CE? I'm kidding.
Smooth. But I wouldn't have Halo 3 in God tier. Halo 3 for me would be amazing. So yes, for me, Infinite and Halo 3, like you said, same level. But I wouldn't have 3 in godly.
It's a community list, so no single person is going to be thrilled with it.
You can't. Come on, I love Infinite as much as the next person, but you can't have Infinite in God tier, man.
I'm not going to. It's going to be an amazing. I put the poll just to see.
I love Infinite, absolutely love it. It might even be in my top 3, maybe. But I still, if I'm based on how Tiermaker works, you can't have it in godly.
All right, it's at 56% amazing. That's where it's going.
You can't.
We'll go by release date.
Amargonaut, if this was a Nick tier list, it would look very different to what you see there. I assure you. It would look very different. You'd have stuff like, if this was purely my list, mate, ODST God tier, Chief Collection God tier, CE God tier, Halo Wars amazing, Infinite amazing.
The Nick Taker.
Like it would, and Halo 2 would be in bad. I would bring back bad and put Halo 2 in there. Because fucking Halo 2 is shit.
If it was my list, Halo 4 would end up being way higher, but it would be only if you read all the books. All like 12 of them that make it good.
I am okay with where this
is the final of our tier maker. Only 2 godly, 4 amazings, 4 greats, 3 goods, 2 mez. I think a pretty good overall mix.
I'm not thrilled about CE and ODST not being in God tier, but
4 God tiers is a bit much.
I wouldn't have had Halo 3 there, though.
Even 3 is a bit much.
So it would have been 3 God tiers. It would have been 3 God tiers.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with 3 God tiers. Halo is an incredible franchise, so I would have been fine with 3 God tiers.
There you have it. That was a long segment. Our very first tier maker.
And surely, even the PlayStation fanboys have to agree with Infinite being amazing. It's like an 87 on Metacritic.
I heard,
Apparently, 87s are fucking unbelievable.
Well,
sometimes.
Starfield's in 86, and it's one of the worst games ever made.
I know. But then Ghost of Yote's in 87, and oh my god, it's a work of art. So, Halo Infinite's a work of art, apparently.
Death Stranding was Game of the Year at 81.
Yeah, Death Stranding. Fuck, what a game at 81.
I actually quite like the gameplay of Death Stranding. I just cannot stand the story. And the gameplay's like, that's kind of fun. It doesn't control great or anything, but it's kind of fun.
So, that was the definitive Halo ranking that represents the world's thoughts.
Yep. That is now ape law.
Not just us. We speak for the world. That is everyone's ranking. Suck it up.
Tell John Halo.
You get what you get. Don't get upset. Now, I'm glad there seems to be a very positive reception to the tier maker segment. So now we've gone from having to think of topics and stuff for game shows to now having to think of topics for Tiermaker. Which should be a little bit easier because you just go to the Tiermaker website, type something, and it gives you pre-made. You can do your own too, but there's already pre-made ones. So
Halo Season 1 goes at the bottom. Halo Season 2 goes in the middle.
We thought we'll start with a bang and go bang straight to Halo. Maybe next week, you know what we could do next week that I think would be a bit juicy as well? Call of Duty. Another big Xbox-owned first-party IP, first-person shooter, big game on the planet.
Long.
What?
It'd take 3 hours to do that.
Ah, well, it is what it is. Get what you get. Don't get upset. The Call of Duty rankings will be very fucking interesting. Although I have to say, I feel like when we do Call of Duty, there'll be a lot more, what's the word I'm after? Where most of us agree.
Oh, yeah.
What's the fucking word I'm after? I've gone blank on the fucking word.
No, I have to.
Not agreement. There's a really nice sounding word for it. I can't remember the fucking word. Basically, I think most of us will be in agreement. Consensus. Oh my god, thank you,
I said
Joshua.
con. I was close.
Consensus. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain just lost that word. I think there'll be a lot more consensus on COD, I feel like, compared to Halo. Especially with me, because I have so many controversial opinions on Halo. Where Call of Duty, I think most of us will agree on what sits where outside the odd game here or there. So yes, look forward to that. COD next week. Oh boy. Xbox just has the biggest IPs on the planet, don't they? Suck that.
Jesus.
Nick and Messiah.
Wow.
Okay. Now, everything we do is for our patrons. Everything me and Jesse do.
Yeah, John didn't want to be here mostly because of them. He said it was about his house and cleaning.
You guys don't even want to know. If you guys knew the excuses John used to not appear on this show, you'd freak the fuck out.
You'd be so mad if we did a Forza Horizon ranking.
I borderline sacrificed my marriage to be on this show.
And your wife is pretty...
John's like, oh, I need to wipe my ass. I didn't wipe it properly.
Oh, my kids
and
exist.
Fucking skips the show. He skips the show for the most nothing reasons. While here I am almost getting divorced for the show. That's how much the patrons and our fans mean to me.
And I had to throw together this 2-person setup that's all messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, John's taken it to another level. He's even pulled out of the show like an hour and a half before we were supposed to go on.
It was 82 minutes before.
I'm half asleep and Jesse's like, John's not on. I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking for real? So I'm like messaging people, do you want to jump on? I know it's last minute. Do you want to jump on? And everyone's like, nah, man. So we have a 2-person show.
It's already hard enough because it's Saturday night to get people to give up their Saturday nights.
Yeah. So you've just got me and Jesse, but that's how much we genuinely love the patrons.
Thanks to Nick talking nonstop, we've still gone 2.5, going on 3 hours.
Yeah, we've still got, we're almost at 3 hours and we haven't done community questions yet. Holy shit. I legitimately thought this was going to be an hour and a half show.
I mean, it would have been 2.5. That Tiermaker was pretty long, but very fun.
But I like the Tiermaker segments. When I've seen other places do it, I get into it and I get involved and start screaming at my screen and shit and be like, no, that's the only
list warring we have left.
It's so good. Yes. So we love our patrons and they make everything except me being full-time possible. So thank you for that.
I've got a new Patreon peep that I'm going to be recording maybe tomorrow. I need to go to my account history to look up the name of it. It's one of the worst reviewed games of the year, but it's super ambitious. It's that you might have seen it. Goddamn, what's the name of it? Because I love you, patrons, and even though it's horrendously busy right now, I did get a code for Blood of Maran, which is, I'll pull up a trailer, really ambitious third-person action stealth game. That's at a 40-something on OpenCritic. So let me I'll show you guys.
Margonaut. I'm always trying to interact with the chat, mate. Always am. Because I know when I watch shows, I like it when I'm acknowledged in the chat.
You should join me for some Patreon peeps sometimes. Nick. I can never get John to do it, even though it's his job.
But a lot of the times, even if I'm lying in bed at night and I see you're streaming, how many times have I jumped in and said, "Hey," like I'm always trying. Like again, it's a chicken or the egg. I'm sure the patrons, like I would love to do more content, especially for the patrons. But then I need to not do my fucking day job so that I can do more stuff.
That's why I said we just need to quintuple the amount of money we make on Patreon. Wait, where's the actual gameplay in this game? This is it's like a third-person action stealth game, but supposedly it's one of the worst things put out this year because it's
Oh, really? It sounds up my alley.
I know. It seems like it may have been a little too ambitious for what they were going for.
What is that?
Blood of
That looks ultra jank. Looks ultra jank.
It has 8 reviews on OpenCritic. It is a 47 out of 100.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to some actual like combat. Here we go. So this will be the next Patreon peeps. Yeah, he just got sliced and nothing happened. Sure. I'll suffer through an hour or so of this. I'm probably gonna get some. I'm gonna be drinking some snake bites. I think tomorrow to get through this.
So, Geordie, I do want to play Absalom because I've watched footage of it and stuff. Maybe in the interest of me saving up for a ROG Ally X,
somebody can buy you the game. I can get you a code.
Maybe a patron can gift me Absalom on Steam.
Guess who has Absalom on Steam? Because I asked PR. Hey.
Oh, man.
I can just ask.
Is it on Epic?
No idea. I just got a Steam code. I can just ask. It's a co-op game. I'm really like, hey, me and Nick want to play co-op, and I'll probably get a code. I'll do it right now for you.
I'm going to check if it's on Epic. Is Absalom on Epic?
Okay.
I'd rather give my money to Epic. It is not.
You don't have to give him any money.
Damn. It's not.
Dun.
That sucks. I think it's only on Steam.
God,
it's
I
on
looked
Switch,
it up and it's fucking dotting.
PS5, PS4, and Steam. And I definitely don't want it on PS5. I wouldn't mind it on Switch, but my thing is, it's one of those situations where I'm gonna end up regretting buying all these Switch and Xbox games if I end up getting a ROG Ally one day, because then I'll be like, fuck man, I should have just put it all on PC. And then I can have all this stuff on a ROG Ally.
And I do have to once again say thank you to one of our patrons, Spartan P451, who did another $35 for another disgusting bean, because I got burnt rubber and it's still all I can taste. If you want to also make me hate life more, there is a link in the description. I'll throw it in chat again. $35 incentive on our Extra Life page, with the main Extra Life stream being on November 5th, where I'll have a bunch of game codes as incentives as well, thanks to PR. $35 goes to charity, and then I eat one of these beans. Maybe it's a tasty one. Most likely it tastes like barf or puke or something just horrifying. Like,
yes, APIMB. I bought a game.
Dead fish.
I bought a new game for the first time in years, which was Hades 2 on Switch. And again, a part of me feels like I'm going to regret that if I get a ROG Ally. I'm going to regret it and feel like I should have bought it on PC instead. I did buy Hades 1.
I bet you
I bought
Hades 2 will run 400 FPS on an Ally X.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No, that game runs... I get like 600 on my PC.
Oh, my God. Well, I bought Hades 1 on sale on Epic and Switch for $9. So I paid $18 for Hades 1.
We haven't talked about Keeper. That will be one that John will hopefully be doing a review on.
What is Jay Foley telling me to mention? Nick, don't forget to mention the new patron, iBolt.
I think L Bolt. He gifted a sub and they redeemed it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he did it on the Discord. I noticed while we were streaming.
Oh, okay. So, apologies. I'm not in Discord as much as I used to be, because
your own Discord was so bad.
Remember how I talked about marital problems? Yeah, Discord was a part of that. So I'm not in Discord as much. I go into Discord when I am tagged 90% of the time.
Which is funny because we'll have a lot of conversations in the project Discord in our special chat, and you never see them.
I don't see a lot of them.
Even those things that you would find interesting. But the patrons, who we
love our patrons. I would like to do a movie podcast for the patrons, but we don't seem to get a chance to do them.
This timing right now has been really bad. Like, I can do it, but John is not readily available for pretty much anything for a couple weeks.
Maybe me and Jesse can do a movie one.
I've never been on camera.
We'll get Rand. We'll get Rand because I know Rand likes talking about movies and TV shows. So
you and him can do a book
Rand.
podcast, and he'll just talk the entire time because you don't read.
Yeah, I don't read books. But yes, the best perk of being a patron, outside of the opportunity of seeing me more, is that you get to ask community questions, which we'll read on the show. And that's what we'll do right now after we just spent a good 15 minutes waffling on. Good night, APIBNB. Okay, so we're going to go to the form first.
Tiberius Monk.
Tiberius Monk. Hello, Jesse, Nick. I'm not even going to acknowledge the other two. Hello, Jesse and Nick. I hope you guys are doing well. Here's a fun question for the XboxEra crew to answer. Name a horror film or horror film franchise that would make for a great video game and explain why. I personally think the Smile films could be adapted into a clever horror game. The psychological aspects, particularly those related to mental health, are ripe for expansion in a video game. I appreciate the great content from XboxEra. May you all continue to be beacons of sanity in a world that thrives on negativity in the Xbox space. As Sick likes to say, at the end of the day, it's just video games. Stay awesome, XboxEra crew. Ciao.
Thank you.
Ciao,
Nice.
bello.
And the one I would have thought was Hellraiser, and they're doing it.
Smile, if you think you could adapt Smile, Smile is actually fairly smart because Smile you could adapt in a Hellblade. You could almost use Hellblade as the template for Smile. Because again, hear things, see things, and you can have those sorts of visuals too, and it would look scary as fuck. Whether that would be a fun horror game.
Well, I mean, the actual horror games are more the walking simulator and then run from stuff and solve puzzle types, like not full-on combat survival horror. Just straight up horror games are like Outlast.
So I wouldn't have thought this till last night. Scream would make a good horror game, and I only say that because it's in Fortnite, and there's a part in Fortnite where you can. So you unlock the Scream, you become Scream guy in the phone booth, and he's got his own move set to kill people with. And there's a move that you have where you press the left trigger and you call players. So I did that, don't know what happened, but then as a player who got the phone call, all of a sudden I heard in my headphones, "What's your favorite scary movie?" And all of a sudden he just appeared and started coming after me. And I was like, hey, this maybe could potentially work as a video game. But it would, I assume a Scream game would be more in the vein of like an Among Us or like Five Nights at Freddy's, I guess. Would it not be a Scream game?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be one of the ones where you play as the victim most of the time. Like, you can't, like, and you are just getting murdered or people around you are. Like, a lot of the best horror games are generally more walking simulator when they're just straight up horror because you're not supposed to be able to fight them off.
I mean, Smile could even work as PT, now that I think about it.
Yeah, the more psychologically focused horror movies, like even like the Babadook. Like I want a Babadook game, and I just press button to yell at child, "Why can't you be normal?" He's just shrieking in the car.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Alien Isolation. So you could do a horror game with another IP, like Alien Isolation. Weapons. Your brother is saying weapons. How would weapons work in a video game, you reckon?
You'd be a little kid without spoiling anything. And you gotta keep thing happy while trying to look normal in school.
I don't know. I don't know about that. As great as Weapons is as a movie, I don't know how that would translate in a video game.
You just T-pose running. That's the entire game.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't mind that question. Next one, Jay Foley. Hey guys, I don't really know if you guys know the answer to this question. I'm curious on how Xbox Play Anywhere works and why isn't every game that comes out automatically an Xbox Play Anywhere title, especially the games that come from the AAA developers. I couldn't see why a game like Battlefield 6 just couldn't be Play Anywhere. Does it take more work to add, or is it the fact that it's Xbox and no one seems to care about our lovely green brand? Also, can we play the Rumour Mill song for 10.4 seconds? Thanks.
I already played it. You're covered. But especially with EA, they have their own launcher and they want to sell the game there. They have the game on Steam, they want to sell it there. And Play Anywhere could be potential lost sales of people that would have double dipped otherwise. As far as I know,
does Play Anywhere prevent a Steam version?
No, but it's like you're giving away an Xbox license and a PC license when you do that for the one purchase, and they might want people who double dip, and they're like, I buy it on Xbox and I buy it on Steam. Like maybe they have that telemetry, or they really want people to buy it on EA app because they get all the money. But as far as I know, when it comes to the actual ports, there are some where devs have said they just clicked the box when they were filling out their ID at Xbox form that said, yes, I would like Play Anywhere. And then their game was just on PC. They didn't do anything.
I don't think it's like work for devs.
I think it can be if it's a big, complicated thing and they really want to make it work the best and all that type of stuff. But as far as I know, there is literally the press a button and it just shows up. Like it was the Demon's Tilt dev that said that.
Yeah, I was always under the impression that it wasn't really extra work per se, like you're doing a whole separate port or anything like that. I was under the impression it was a relatively easy thing.
A lot of those places have their own launcher. Ubisoft has their own launcher. EA has their own launcher.
Yeah.
Rockstar has their own launcher. 2K used to.
I've seen I've even seen some of those like junk games, those junk nothing games be Play Anywhere. Yeah. So when I started seeing that,
it's literally just a button you choose. And it can be done.
When I started seeing games like that appear in Play Anywhere, I'm like, okay, so it must be like almost literally a checkbox save as, and it's like fucking that's it. It's Play Anywhere. And yes, from a consumer perspective, why aren't all games Play Anywhere from a consumer perspective? But there's always the business side of it. Yeah. Super chat from Skedaddle. Hey, Nick, how do you feel about having a new challenger for your timestamps? Who is that? I know Abdul is trying his best. Abdul does timestamps for P-Lump's podcast, and he does a very good job. Whether he gets to my level is another ball game.
I got to get super chats to show up because we love our super chatters.
Unless you're referring to someone else, Skedaddle. Is there someone else you are referring to? Outside of Abdul? Because Abdul's the only person I'm aware of that is actively trying to match my timestamps.
You know what sucks? I still just taste burnt rubber.
Nice.
I need to, and I've already had dinner. I don't want to eat a bunch more food. Bad enough. Next super chat.
Drink milk. Milk might do it.
And like sugar on the tongue probably might help.
Next question. ItzFinn. Good evening / morning, gentlemen of XboxEra. I hope your weekend is well. While I was going to write something at length in regards of last week's Game Pass changes, I think I'll save that for an article or something that I'll ask from either John or Jesse to help write up on. But my short, too long didn't read. If you don't like the changes or haven't used it, just drop dead and go elsewhere to another platform that suits you. That feels a bit extreme.
Yeah, I don't think we published that.
At least for me, Game Pass changes don't mean much, but actually make it better to continue to use the service. That's all. Anyways, onto the topic. Recently, I was rewatching some horror films a few weeks back, and the idea came up of some horror IPs that have already have games or film / TV shows from form. One of them from Stephen King, It. Doesn't have a video game adaptation, but has 2 films and an upcoming show retelling the story of how it became to be. He just landed here. My question to you, what gaming company would be up to the... My question to you, what gaming company would be up to the task to create an It game based on the material from the books, films, and TV show? Knowing WB, they'll be a bit pearl-clutching on the IP, but would like to know which company would fit the mold to do a game on it. Cheers and have a good day. P.S. Sol, where's that Hollow Knight Silk Song Final Fantasy 16 Xbox review, mate? Clock is ticking.
They're never coming. But it would have to be like a supermassive.
Supermassive, an It game?
Yeah, because it couldn't be... It has to be like one of those, the Telltale style types. It's not going to be like a...
Yeah, probably.
third-person
Yeah, that
action
probably
game.
it probably would work more in a Telltale style,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Like it's a horror
Otherwise, how
game
else
and you're
would you
trying to
do it?
keep all the kids alive around, like, or even if it's Welcome to Derry and it's the prequel and you're trying to keep people alive from the evil spider clown that eats everyone.
Unless it becomes a stupid Roblox game, and like everyone's just trying to get
It's
away
called
from
the sewer, and it's just this
Yeah, and
clown
it's-
in a sewer that turns into a spider and eats
yeah. Everyone's just trying to run away from Pennywise in a Roblox game. You can do anything in fucking Roblox.
you. You can see.
yeah, I didn't even think of
Roblox
that.
is the original Sora. You could just use whatever IP you want without any rights.
Yeah. To the point where Sega's like, fuck it, let's just do official stuff in there and have everyone stop ripping off Sonic. We'll just put him in there officially.
It's
Yeah,
like Goku
I
coming to
guess-
Dragon Ball Z coming to Minecraft.
Yeah. I didn't even think of the Telltale thing. That probably is a good way for some
Yeah.
of those horror games to work. Yeah. That probably is the way to do it.
To the forum.
Okay. To the forum. Jesse Brother. Happy podcast 284, my diverse group. The American, the non-European / English buggerer.
Nope.
And the Greek from Melbourne.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Brit's not here. I'm happy to now be able to stop hiding what I've been playing lately, and that's Battlefield 6's campaign. It admittedly has too much dumb American / gung-ho macho bullshit, but it has some awesome missions. Best part about it is, unlike my least favorite map in the multiplayer beta, Brooklyn is actually awesome in the campaign, especially the epic Brooklyn Bridge mission.
Mm-hmm.
Also, not sure what happened to me, but I'm trying so much more horror these days, like The Haunting of Hill House. That was good. That was a good show, which is a brilliant show because it doesn't rely on cheap, unearned jump scares and torture porn, just excellent writing and genuine drama. I'm not surprised because it was made by Mike Flanagan, who also made the awesome Dr. Sleep. My question is, I'm seeing a lot of his shows on my Netflix feed. The Fall of the House of Usher, The Haunting of Bly Manor, and Midnight Mass. Oh, Midnight Mass was full on.
Midnight Mass
If you
is the one
have
I want to see. I
seen-
haven't seen it.
Oh, haven't you seen it? Oh, it's good. If any of you have seen them, which would you recommend once I'm done with this show? Well, Midnight Mass I quite liked. The Haunting of Bly Manor. Did I see that one? Haunting of Bly Manor. Did I see The Haunting of Bly Manor? Shit, I can't tell. Oh, I did. I'm looking at Raul Coley and Victoria Pedretti. Yes, I believe I did see The Haunting of Bly Manor, and I liked that too.
Oh, I liked it.
Oh, yeah, Carla Gugino. Yeah. Haunting of Bly Manor is good too. I'm just trying to remember it fully because I saw so many of these so long ago now. Oh, yeah, 2020. That was a fucking COVID show. Yes, they're all good. Haunting of Bly Manor is good. Midnight Mass I really liked. Haven't seen the Fall of the House of Usher. Haven't seen that one, so I don't know.
One thing I know
But
about
Bly
Fall of the
Manor-
House of Usher is they had mostly filmed it with one old guy, and then everyone hated him so much that he got fired, and they reshot a lot of it with Bruce Green, and it's like his best role ever. He was the captain before Kirk in the new Star Trek movies.
Ah, okay. Yeah, but Trev, Bly Manor definitely worth it. And Midnight Mass I really liked. I liked that.
I think it
a
was
lot.
Frank Langella was in Fall of the House of Usher, and he was such a nightmare to work with that they ended up redoing all of his scenes with a new actor to get rid of him. It was the story allegedly, supposedly.
What I liked about Midnight Mass, and that's got Raul Coley in it as well. What I liked about Midnight Mass is it was almost like, how do I say this without spoiling it?
Probably don't.
I don't know if you've read anything about a Midnight Mass, and I think the arrival of a charismatic priest brings miracles, mysteries, and renewed religious fervor to a dying town. Oh, good. So it doesn't spoil much. Okay, good. Yeah, watch Midnight Mass. Watch it. And don't let anyone spoil you on it. It's good. Next question. Hytham G. Was it good for an atheist like me? I'm an atheist as well. Came back from Comic-Con, destroyed my wallet as usual. but I know you gents been to conventions before, aside Gamescom and such. But let's say if you all went to a convention center, whenever you gents do, what character would you gents cosplay as if you all ever to attend a convention center? In fact, did you gents cosplay before when you all went to a convention from the past? P.S. Despite the negativity surrounding Xbox and the price being raised, could this be like what happened to Gold when it became Xbox Core?
No.
I'm glad you asked the convention question because I forgot to mention that I didn't go to PAX Australia, but I park for work at the exhibition centre, which is where PAX Australia is held. So I did go past there and did that whiff of BO sort of smack me in the face when I walked in the doors on the way back. I haven't cosplayed. I will say... So I walked back into the convention centre and it was fucking jam-packed. I tried to meet a young gentleman from Xbox Australia, the Xbox Australia PR company. We were texting each other and we did try to meet. He couldn't get out. He goes, can you hang around till 5 and we'll get a drink after? I said, I can't hang around till 5, sadly. PAX Australia is still going on today. I'd love to be able to go back and say hey.
Last year's Gamescom was smelly, but this year's Gamescom was not because it was really cool. Like, the temperatures are way lower this year. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It was fun.
Because, it was hot when we went.
That's the only convention I've ever been to. I've never been to another convention. And I've never cosplayed.
I've been to a few.
If I was going to cosplay as someone, I guess it would be Fat Marcus Phoenix or Jelly Roll.
Who would I cosplay as? I don't even know who I'd cosplay as. Someone probably from Street Fighter.
Maybe. Raul Coley and get cancelled.
T-shirt on now. It's funny though. I said earlier that 2XKO is like Street Fighter with 8 characters, and then I corrected myself. And no, Street Fighter did start with 8 characters. There you go. I got my own information wrong.
But you would be Tony Stark in Iron Man.
Oh yes, Jay. I should just go as the Chief from the TV show.
Just have some fake
helmet
ass
off.
cheeks on.
Just go helmet off, suit only, and everyone would think I'm fucking Pablo Schreier. Done.
Well, you can do it like the lady did for us in Germany, where she just walked down the town square completely naked. That'd be you as Chief in the shower. Just have some dog tags on.
Why don't I remember that?
No, it was this year.
Oh, that was
we were just
year.
sitting there having lunch, waiting to see Pre-Drag. Pre-Drag shows up, and as he does, behind him is some lady, just boots, and a guy with a camera just following her.
I would have remembered that if I saw that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so when I walked back in to go to my car at PAX Australia, I was wondering what everyone was looking at. I saw 3 girls cosplaying as Melina, Kitana, and Jade. Whew, boy. The one cosplaying as Jade was getting a lot of attention. A lot of looks. Like the security guards at the front door could not stop staring at her. And they were like, I was like, wow. That doesn't look like Jade. Still like the way she looks though. That was a good cosplay. But yes, I would either be no helmet Master Chief or someone from Street Fighter, probably. But no helmet Master Chief seems like the most logical option for me.
I can't.
Since
gotta make sure this doesn't end up on
look
screen.
like no helmet Master Chief.
I'm gonna send you the pictures.
Super chat, Skedaddle. Oh yeah, Skedaddle. Now you've just reminded me. Last week's episode 283 in the comments, at I'm RQS1691 did the timestamps. Nick, you were not impressed when you replied to them. Yeah, I know. Like, I had done the timestamps hours earlier, and then someone comes along and just did a bunch of timestamps. I'm like, I did the timestamps. The timestamps are there. Oh, where are they? In the fucking description. That's where I always put them. I'm not going to put the timestamps in the comments.
There you go,
Or
Nick.
should I start putting them in the comments? Should I start putting them in the comments?
I mean, I normally, so when I do them on headlines, I set them as the top pinned comment and put them in the description. It's both. I put them in both.
Oh, I guess I can put them in both. Yeah. Yes.
Or once you're done, I can just make a comment. But I sent you pictures
I
of what I saw.
copy and paste them as a comment, I guess.
Or the one with pictures has John in it.
What?
On Discord.
You haven't sent me anything. No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, now it just came.
Oh, took a while. Speed of light.
Oh, wow.
I know. We're just like, what the hell? We'll start up an OnlyFans and I can share the pictures.
Holy crap. No, she's got underwear on.
Nope. It looks like it, but it's...
Yes, she does.
No.
Is that not underwear?
Nope.
It looks like it.
It was nothing. I promise you.
Oh, and she's being filmed professionally.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's a professional camera filming her. So that's porn. That was a porno being filmed that you guys saw.
It was just walking.
That was porn. No, but that would have been a scene in a porno that he was filming. Because, yeah, when you initially said, oh, just a random woman walking around naked, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, no, I said, and she had a guy filming her. But, yeah, in Hytham, it's a different thing. Like, instead of being in growth mode, instead of being something old, changed, it's just something they're trying to squeeze more money out of people for now.
Because, yeah, like, she's attractive.
It was all right. Next question, 99 Rukin.
Wow. Okay. 99 Rukin. I want to start off with, how is everyone doing? For my question, I want to piggyback from last week's question about BioWare, but now I want to talk about EA in general. What do you see EA doing to pay off that $20 billion debt? Do you see studios getting sold or closed? What studios and IP do you want Microsoft to acquire? For me, I thought BioWare. Then I thought about if any studio were to be acquired with the IP, it would be Respawn for Microsoft. Thoughts where this goes? Well, the problem is they can't just start selling stuff, because then what did they buy if they were buying EA?
Well, they're mostly buying the sports games. But yeah, that when a country that doesn't need to take that big of a loan takes that big of a loan and puts it against what they bought, it's not great. So if they do start selling stuff, I hope it's when the industry can somehow afford it. Because right now, Microsoft could easily afford it. They don't want to. They don't want to buy big, expensive, slow-to-make game companies. That's what BioWare is. BioWare takes a long time to make games, none of which have been very successful for a while.
God, if EA was willing to sell Respawn and IPs related to Respawn, I would, I don't harass Phil. I would harass Phil. Like, you better buy Respawn and Titanfall and bring that fucking shit back.
But, selling them with the IP means it's going to cost a lot. That's why Destiny, really upped the cost of Bungie for what you were getting.
I know, but Titanfall, they can't charge much for the Titanfall IP. It's not an IP they use.
Well, they're using with Apex, but Apex is also really
dropped off.
Slowing down.
It's dropped off heaps.
Yeah.
Nah, I would only want Microsoft buying Respawn and Titanfall, because I feel like BioWare would be an okay buy as well, but my thing with BioWare is, if you had asked me about BioWare 4 or 5 years ago before the current Satya-led Xbox, I would have said, yeah, BioWare.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem, is the current overall Microsoft management.
Yes. Where Respawn is more like an Obsidian. Respawn gets the games out there. They get the games out there and they're good games. They're like Obsidian. So Respawn can work with current Xbox. I don't think BioWare could. BioWare would be this studio that maybe takes a while to put out games, and maybe the games end up good, maybe they don't, depending on whatever. And they'd end up potentially being shut down under Microsoft, where Respawn wouldn't. Respawn gets shit out there. So I would rather they bought Respawn. And definitely the Titanfall IP, my God. If they could get a Titanfall 3 that just brings back that multiplayer from the first game, oh my God. I'd be in fucking heaven. Next question, which isn't a question. It is an OG patron just saying, hey, and that is not Jack. Executive producer, not Jack. Who just says...
He's got this special little thing.
Yeah. Who just says, yo.
Yo.
Yo, not Jack. Yo. OG patron. OG. Next question. Didact 3. Hello, delicious panel. So going back from memory, every Halo game had some sort of troubled development. There are many prestige game franchises that went through considerable changes and found great success. Also, making games is hard, so trouble always goes. But why is Halo so scrutinized on issues like this? Is it the association with Xbox, leaky ship? I ask this because of recent bad leadership rumors at Halo Studios. P.S. The Halo TV show is doing well on Netflix. I would love to see Nick come back for Season 3.
It is funny how big that show is on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
But it was big on Paramount. The main reason it got canceled is because of the merger. They were cutting costs everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, the show did well. I didn't like it, but the show did well.
Season 1, going back, meh. And you know why? Because of all the COVID and everything, and the mix of not wanting to be retelling the games, even though it would be retelling the books, which are good. But then I thought 2 did a really good job of getting it into a place where Season 3 could have been great.
Yeah. The reason... Okay, so why is Halo so scrutinized? Yes, it's what you say. It's the association with Xbox. It's the fact that Halo was so big. Like, I think people forget that Halo was COD before COD. And not only was Halo COD before COD, that was despite being on a single platform. Like, Halo, I just think because it's been so long, people forget how big Halo was. Halo was big. Like, big. Like, I said it earlier during Tiermaker. The reason Xbox as a brand exists is because of Halo. Like, what... You know, Nintendo has Mario... PlayStation doesn't have an IP where the PlayStation brand exists because of this single IP. PlayStation doesn't have an IP that has done that or could do that. Like, I know that Halo's not that now. I'm well aware of that. But Halo at its peak, PlayStation would kill to have an IP that was as big culturally as Halo was at its peak. At its peak. I'm aware it's not near its peak now. Halo was massive. But yeah, so that's a part of why Halo games get that development scrutiny, because of just how big Halo was. And yes, Xbox, it's because it's Xbox. Everything Xbox gets scrutinized more. And I think there's also a third reason, which is that 343 just kept fucking up and fumbling so frequently. It was like insane how much they were screwing up. I think that's also a part of it. Like, how many other big name studios have you seen that have so publicly screwed up massive IPs? It doesn't happen a lot. I'm not saying it never happens, but it doesn't happen a lot. Where 343 just kept doing it. Like, Halo 4, forgettable campaign, completely screwed the multiplayer chasing COD. Halo 5, screwed the campaign. And then had issues with not having stuff at launch that was expected and blah, 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 blah. And then there was all those other issues that they were having. And then the TV show wasn't great. And then it was just stuff up after stuff up after stuff up. Oh yeah, Sonic. Sonic's another one. That Sega screwed up a lot. Sonic did it too. And look at Sonic. Sonic has this weird perception as well. Like, there's a segment of the market that, like, Sonic is huge. It's just not in video games, which is where it started. Because the Sonic games have been so bad. Yeah, Sonic's another one. But yeah. That's what I reckon. I don't know if Jesse would agree.
I don't remember what the question was.
Why does Halo get so much more scrutiny when it comes to development issues and all that sort of stuff?
It's a confluence of everything. Of it having been so big, losing out because it wasn't able to compete with Call of Duty being everywhere, but still tried to. Like the arena shooter genre, just you had to be everywhere eventually. Once Call of Duty set that precedent, and it wasn't going to happen until, now. But now it's also very different. Like, I think Microsoft, with these tariffs and everything and the way the generation is going, are just kind of pulling all their hardware manufacturing quite a bit, lowering it down, probably just be an online type of thing. But even still, Halo is highly scrutinized with more and more rumors about it, even though we're just about to find out what they're working on. It's like it has never really stopped. Ever since really mostly the Xbox One generation and the end of the 360, where the split up with Bungie happening, making Halo Studios, and 4 being divisive because so much of the good stuff was kept out of the game, and then 5 being very obviously, again, cobbled together late for the campaign that didn't match their marketing at all. Missing stuff at launch, getting it pretty quickly. Then Infinite, really fun campaign, people liked, reviewed really well, but then the multiplayer, just to be a free-to-play live service game, didn't have a roadmap for content, didn't have co-op, didn't have Forge. There's just always been these things that keep it going, so it's never stopped, because it is a bigger package than most games have to be, and they haven't nailed that at launch since 3. Reach maybe was close, but yeah.
Yep. Last question. Good old Collingwood. Hello, Nick and Jesse. Fuck John. Jesse, would it be possible to use the Xbox ROG LIX as a podcast streaming device? Now, I know that the LIX is a Windows device, so of course it can. I'm actually thinking of it being used as a portable podcast streaming machine, so you could go stream on the floor at Gamescom or Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, you can use laptops the same way. It just comes down to how is your upload. Do you have a cell phone that works really well and you have the data available, or is their Wi-Fi actually good somewhere? So it's always going
to... How much RAM did the Lenovo have?
24, I think. I can't remember.
Really?
I ran the entire podcast and everything on it, no problem. Yeah, they overspec the Lenovo Legion Go, the original one, big time. It was, they went...
16.
Oh, 16, okay.
It's 16. So if Jesse could run the whole podcast fairly well on a Lenovo at 24 gig of RAM, the LIX should have no fucking
yeah, no, the Legion Go was perfect. I just didn't get to set the settings because John made us play that friggin' card game and then was like, okay, let's do the podcast in half an hour. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I've had no time to make sure this works.
Yeah, the LIX should have absolutely fucking problem.
It'll absolutely... You can do it on your phone. It 1000% comes down to your bandwidth.
Yeah. If your internet's good enough, you should theoretically be able to... you could probably run the podcast off an iPad. If your internet's good enough.
Yeah, anything. On hardware, pretty good. You just have to have a battery back.
Especially if you were to run the podcast through StreamYard. You could run it on anything.
Oh, yeah.
If you were to run it through StreamYard. But yeah, God. I've got so much shit I need to buy, and I'm just trying to think of how long it would take me to try and save up $1,600. Or if I get it staff price off my brother-in-law, I could probably get it for maybe hopefully $1,400 for a ROG LIX. Oh my God. Because I'm trying to convince my son, instead of saving for a GPU, to save for a ROG LIX. Like, he can't wrap his mind around the fact that it's still a gaming PC.
Yeah, that he can then dock to his monitor and then...
Yeah, like, I don't think he can wrap his mind... He needs to have the big fucking tower with the RGBs and this, that, there. I'm like, bud,
it's not what Queso plays on, Dad.
Yeah, like, it's still a gaming PC. You can use your keyboard and mouse and everything. And then, when we go out or on a holiday, you can bring it with you and keep playing. Oh, I don't know if it's really a PC. But it is. I told him, I said, look, if Baba buys one, you can see mine, and if you like it, you get one too. But we'll see. Anyway, that's it.
We did it.
That's the end of the show.
Only 3.5 hours.
Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. We still had some pretty consistent numbers right to the end there, which I'm happy about. It's good. I
More
hope you
people
all
stuck around
enjoy
for Tiermaker than they did for the game shows.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed Tiermaker. What we need to now do is come up with a name for it, some branding, an intro to give it.
I know we go
that
over the
extra bit
top,
of-
but I mean, we don't need any of that really. But we'll go out on
Yeah,
this song for people to be happy.
to give it that extra little bit of salsa and spice.
But we'll be back next week,
But yeah.
hopefully with John. Who knows? He's moving. He's like, I'll be
John
fine.
will not be on. No. John's not on next week. He said he actually explicitly said when we first started talking about this that next week's episode was the one that he wasn't going to be on. So, but at least now I have a week to find someone to do the show
Just
with
double
us.
check with him
as
because I
opposed-
asked and he said he wasn't going to miss anything. But
I remember him saying he's going to miss next week.
I don't think so. But double check with him. But thank you,
So-
everyone. This was fun.
Yes, this was.
I'm
I
gonna
enjoyed
go-
the Tiermaker.
I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go put things on my tongue to get the taste of burnt rubber out.
Why don't you let everyone know what we have going on?
Can't
For the
freaking
rest
say
of the
any
week.
of it. It's annoying.
Ah,
Keep an eye on
okay.
the future, and we'll talk about. Like I've got a ball pit review coming. Fairy's working on a bunch of music. I'm listening to music. A bunch of racing stuff. So there is more stuff than ever coming to the website to end October. Then we'll have a nice, quiet November, December, and gear back up.
Cool. Well, thanks again for everyone for joining us. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for putting in your questions, your super chats. Thanks for all of it, and thanks just for supporting us. And Jesse and I, for sure, we'll see you next week. And if we don't have John, then I will try and find someone else. So until then, ciao for now.